Hello, welcome to Build Up to a Good Game. We're an hour and a few minutes away from kickoff at St Mary's as Southampton against West Ham United in the second round of the Carabao Cup, and it's an interesting lineup by Nuno Espirito Santo. It's on your screen now, and we'll read it out in just a few minutes' time. But before we do that, I just want to say a massive hello to the co-host, Gonzo. How is oneself?
I'm very good, mate. Actually, thank you. Yeah, I like the lineup. I do like the lineup. I have to say, it's given me a little bit of I think it's definitely not stale. We could definitely say that about it.
What do you think it is? Think it's Nuno giving up? Is he sending a message? Is he trying to get sacked?
They're all good stuff. No, I don't know. They could all be true. I'm going to go with we've got a lot of fixture congestion coming up, and look, we spoke about this in the breakfast show this morning. This lot win, he's got a problem, that's for sure. Particularly if this midfield three functions, he's got a real problem. He's got to drop his £22 million man. Well, it's not his, but you know what I mean. I don't know. Giving up. I'm not so sure he's giving up. I just think he's resting for Watford. I think if he did this against Watford, then he's definitely giving up. I think or wanting to sack, sorry. He probably that is not fancy in the cup too much. It's telling us that much. The Herrick one is really interesting. But go on, read the team for those that don't know it.
Yeah, the West Ham starting 11. Let me just read out from the team sheet to make sure I've done the graphic right. In goal is Herrick with Veltman at right back. Golombek is captaining. Well, no, sorry, he's not captaining. He's partnering Max Kilman, who is the captain tonight, and Ezra Mayers at left back. Kante and Orford in midfield with Mukasa. It looks like a formation change. The Mukasa in the number 10 role with La Madrid on the right, Jala on the left, and Joe Peru up front.
Yeah, I mean, you can actually you can make the argument that maybe Kilman was the only one that deserved not to be dropped from the defence to the keeper in the last game. But I mean, Herrick is an interesting one. I'm thrilled to see him in there. Actually, I loved it when we saw him briefly last season and the penalty stuff and whatnot. I thought he showed real character actually. So yeah, I'm interested to see more. Obviously, that's the end of it for Areola now. There's no coming back for him. So we can we'll obviously be talking about that at some point over the next couple of days, no doubt about it. That is a young, vibrant team. With three senior players in it, basically. Yeah, I mean, you just don't see much of that, do you? I don't think he's gone full Sam Allardyce against Nottingham Forest. I don't think that's what's happening here. But yeah, I mean, he's rested Bowen, which is the interesting one. I mean, there's lots to pick apart with this team, certainly.
I believe Areola's injured. I believe he was actually set to start tonight, and he's injured. So whether he's injured or he's decided he's injured or we've decided he's injured and there isn't actually an injury, I don't know. And it feels a little bit conspiratorial, but it's hard not to be at this stage of the transfer window, a week to go. Ooh, it's hard not to read into anything. But apparently he's injured, so I'll take it at face value.
Yep.
If we had won our first two league games of the season, I wouldn't be arsed at all. I'd be sat here saying, Gonzo, it doesn't matter. We've beat Burnley, we beat Charlton, hopefully we're going to beat Watford. The Cup, forget it. I think the issue is that we haven't won either of the first two games of the season. Therefore, that's why you look at this and you think, well, what's he up to? What's he doing? I think he's just binning off the Cup. In the third round of the Cup as well, for anyone unaware, that's when all the... So at the minute, you don't have any European Premier League teams in the Carabao Cup. In the next round, the draw happens. The Champions League and Europa League teams, so there's 8 of them in total, get kept apart because of scheduling to do with UEFA. So on week 1, there's Champions League, and week 2, there's Europa League. So basically, say Man City got Bournemouth, it's impossible for them to play because they can't play week 1 because Man City's in Champions League and can't play week 2 because Bournemouth's in Europa League. So there's nowhere to play the Carabao Cup tie. So their solution is they all get kept apart. So when the Carabao Cup third round happens, the first 8 teams out and separated are the Champions League. So the chances of you getting a European club is quite high if you're into that third round. So I understand why he's thinking, sack this off. Do you know what? It's a really good opportunity, right? Ezra Mayers, you can start against Watford. Play really well tonight. You can start against Watford. Golombek, bit harder for you, but you play really well tonight. You might start against Watford. You've definitely got a claim. Joe Veltman, you play well tonight. You can play against Watford. Orford, definitely. Kante next to you knows his position's under pressure here, so Kante needs to play well to retain his shirt. Orford needs to play well to nick it. Jala, yeah, you're probably not getting in a team. Neither's La Madrid, right? You two won't get in. No matter what you do tonight, it's going to be Solomon and Bowen.
Yeah.
But Mukasa, yeah, you're the wild card. You play well tonight and you might start and start. So there's a lot of shirts up for grabs. And this is the disadvantage. If we did win the first 2 games, we'd be saying no matter what this lot did, they're probably not going to get in the team. But because we haven't, actually, a lot of these players should be thinking, if I impress tonight, I should start against Watford. And they would be right to think that. Whether Nuno would do that or not, it's a different discussion altogether. But I think it's not, like you said, he's going to have a problem if we win. But I think there's an easy solution to that, which is you put Bowen and Solomon in and you keep most of it the same.
Yeah, I would concur. I would definitely concur. I'm far more motivated to watch this lot than a few of the players who didn't look like they were too arsed the other day. I'm much more motivated to watch this lot.
There's a bit more potential excitement in the team with the Jal out in the left, Mukasa in that number 10 role. There is
we've got 2 very fast players, 1 quite quick. I mean, that's unusual for us. So we've got a bit of pace in the team. It's going to be quite novel.
Yeah, it's going to be. I'm very laid back about tonight. I don't think he's trying to get the sack, and even if he was, I don't think he would get sacked. I don't think there's anyone there to pull the trigger. I don't think there's I don't think there's any decision making going on. I think they'd say, I can't. I think it would take him another 3 league games yet before he gets the boot. So I just can't see it at all. So no matter what happens tonight, he ain't getting sacked. And I don't think, even if we lose tonight and we lose against Watford, I still think they'll go, it's in Nuno's favour that the games come thick and fast as well. So it's like Saturday, Tuesday, bang. Well, you might as well have the Tuesday game, bang, Saturday again. So I don't think, is he playing for the sack? I don't think so. Like you said, if he did it in a league fixture, 100%. But there is a possibility he's maybe saying to the board, look, I need bloody players. He's trying to field his second 11 and he's got to field 2 players that started.
Yeah, but they're not watching the game either. Not only will he not get a sack because no one's there to sack him, I will guarantee. I say, I'm happy to put £1 on Daniel Kretinsky, Albert Triff-Smith, and Vanessa Gold, and not down at St Mary's tonight. So he can send messages to who he wants. There's nobody there.
Well, I'm hoping he's sending one to Coppin, this is my second string team, and I don't even have enough players to properly. I can't even rotate Peru.
Yeah, but then Coppin will contact the board and say, "Look, that game." And I say, "What game? We had a game. I thought we were playing. At the weekend. No, we had a midweek game as well."
Yeah, it's not come up on my Sky Sports check here. Yeah, it probably could only cover the Premier League out there. They're not that bothered about the Championship. Right. Yeah, so I'm okay with the lineup. But do I think we'll win? No, but do you know what? Even if we put out our strongest 11, I still don't think we'd win. So there's a little bit of fun tonight, hopefully. Whether that occurs or not, we'll have to wait and see. But it's hard also to care when clearly the club don't care, Nuno don't care. So
I do care more. Honestly, I really do.
Giving you a little bit of mojo.
It really has. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm more interested to see what this slot can do. I thought most of the back 4 were horrendous in the last game. I did not like what I saw from Tati Castellanos. It has to be said. I did not like what I saw from Mavropanos as well. I thought Engels was average at best. I'm more than happy with this. And let's have a look at Kaiba La Madrid. He's not playing in the role he was playing in pre-season. He's playing on the right. Let's have a go. Let's have a go at Josh Ajala. I'll tell you what, go on, Lewis Orford, Mukasa, go and play him in behind their back line. Let's see what he can do. Let's have a little look. I am telling you, I am far more excited about this than a lot of those other Muppets who don't want to be at the club anyway. Yeah, bring it on. If the majority of this team, and I've no reason to think otherwise, in fact, I'm going to say all of them. Everyone in this lineup, I think, wants to play for West Ham. That'll do me at the moment, because there's a lot of them that don't. So, yeah, good. Bring it on. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, the bench has someone who we didn't know if he wanted to play for. Well, there's actually two players we didn't know if they want to play for West Ham. We still might not, but there is a return for one man in particular. The bench for West Ham this evening is Mads Hermansen as well as Kyle Walker-Peters. We've also got the £22 million man, Arne Engels, on there alongside Solomon. Tate is on the bench, as well as Jared Bowen. Mukasa is on the bench for West Ham, and then we've got Scarles and Casey. So no James Ward-Prowse.
I completely forgot about him as well.
Yeah, so did Nuno. Looks at it.
That's good. Well done, yeah. Oh dear. He's trying. And if you want, it's a message to anyone. It's a message to James Ward-Prowse.
Can you imagine Nuno goes to the training ground, right, boys, heavily rotating for the game on Tuesday. Everyone's going to get an opportunity. Everyone's high-five, and he goes, not you, James. No.
Not even on the bench. It is a bit rude. I mean, sure, there's space for him on the bench. He was
maybe he's injured or something. Hopefully, because if he's not, this is now bullying.
Oh, I mean, it really, really is. He must have insulted his nan or something like that. I don't know.
Maybe called his nan bald as well.
I think she might be. No, yeah, I don't know. Stole his Krispy Kreme donuts or some heinous crime. It's not going to be forgiven, though.
Yeah. So no. Obviously, there's other players missing. No Juve, no Alvarez, no Todibo, no Maxwell Cornet. So there's quite a few players still absent from tonight's squad. But tell you what, though, if the game is in the balance with 20 minutes to go, we've got a very seriously strong bench to go on and try and nick the tie later on.
Yeah, I'm open to being persuaded on Mukasa. By the way, we'll see. And the fact that he's on the bench probably shows a little bit more than some of the others. So I don't want to go in 2-footed on him because it may well be. I still like. I want to think that Mukasa wants to play because I like him as a player. So I'd like to think that.
I agree, and I hope he comes on because I imagine Nuno's going to be reluctant to put some of these players on. If you're going to rest like Bowen and Tate, you might as well just rest them, right? If they're going to play 20 minutes, to some extent, you're almost just as well playing them for an entire half of football. But Mukasa's the one on there, I think. Hopefully, we'll get to see him early on, and you can have a good game, and you can. He's another one to do well. You might start against Watford at the weekend.
For sure.
So there's lots of shirts up for grabs. The Saints team, would you like to know it?
Yeah, let's have it's Ward-Prowse in there again.
No, but there is a former Hammer in there.
I'm sure.
We can all see what's coming. In goal for the Saints tonight is Peretz with James Bree at right back. And then we've got Wood and Stevens in the middle with Wellington at left back. We've got Bragg and Chukwu in midfield. Then up front is Devine, Mubama. And then the three in behind Mubama is Fellows, Dobbin and Skenzia. So quite a strong Southampton team. So much so that there's genuinely some Southampton fans complaining it's too strong.
Too strong? Oh, good. There you go.
They're saying, what's the point of playing Stevens? Play Corsi instead. So there's actually some Southampton fans suggesting he's taking this game too serious.
I had to do a double take. So I saw that name, and you're right, it's spelt differently. But I did immediately see Nigel Quasi. Oh my goodness, things have got bad on the south coast. What's the goalkeeper's name again?
Pretz, Petz. Like an anagram of pretzel without the L.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, okay.
The bench for the Saints is Long, Manning, Quasi, Downs, Matsuki, Ndozi, Azaz, Archer, and Larin. So a very strong bench for Southampton tonight as well.
He was good once upon a time, Ndozi.
Yeah, you liked him because he's quick.
I did. He was from City, wasn't he?
Yeah, you only like him because he's fast. That's the only reason you like him.
No, I think he had a bit of skill as well about him, but there you go. Then again, I thought Kyle Reid at West Ham was going to be the world's best player, so you can't pay too much attention to what I say.
Yes. Right, we're going to do a little bet then. We've been hitting the bar recently. On Saturday, we got the goal scorer, we got the card. We just didn't get the West Ham to win by 2 goals. Week before, we got the card in West Ham. We just didn't get the goal scorer, and the week before we won. So we're doing quite well at our little predictions. What you fancying tonight? This is a more difficult one because of how we feel the game's going to go and so on and so forth. And we can't do shots on target or that. So we've got like results, player cards, goal scorers, and that's it.
I think I'm going to go for a West Ham win.
I thought you would. Yeah, we'll put that in. It's good odds, 2-1. It's all right odds. Mubama to score. Make it juicy.
Oh, that's a good one.
Mubama to score and West Ham to win, and we need one player to get booked.
Can't we do Mukasa to score as well?
Because then I
do. Yeah.
Good odds.
Yeah.
170 quid. If this bet wins, someone wins £170. West Ham to win in 90 minutes. Mubama to score, Mukasa to score. So we need two divines to do the business out there. We need a double divine intervention. Right, to enter in the live chat, please put the following phrase.
I've got two, and they're both offensive. So,
which offensive one are you good? Well, what was your first offensive one?
Perret syndrome.
Okay. And your second offensive one?
And dozy bastard.
Okay, and which one are you going to go for?
And dozy bastard.
And dozy bastards, get that in.
No offence. Twice.
Get that into the live chat, and if that bet wins, one of you will win £170. I don't think that's bad odds, actually.
Oh, it's lovely. It's lovely.
We'll wait for the phrase to come up so I can click on it and let everyone know what to type. And then me and Gonzo will have a chat. And then we're going to turn to the live chat and get your comments up on the screen. I'm just waiting for the chat to come through. Someone's definitely typed out a dozy bastards, so let's have it. I wonder if YouTube's like blocking them all.
They're both, I can see them, but I think we should allow both offensive phrases that paises.
Yeah, no one's spelt him correct yet in dozy. We'll wait. This will do. Joe and Ash that'll do. That spelling
all spellings and both phrases.
Yeah, we're not too bothered. Right. Yeah. Let me turn off the manual team lineups, because that lineup we had up, I made that myself. So I'm turning that off to the data suppliers one. So
well, I think yours is better. Yours was better.
Yeah, but you'll get the Southampton one ticking through now as well. Mine was better, but there you go. Right. Oh, no, we don't need that there. That's from my video the other day.
What was that? What was it?
It was my player stats for Harwood Bellis, because we were getting told the budget isn't substantial, but we're interested in £25 million in Harwood Bellis. So I was having a laugh saying, which is it, right? Anyway, right, we want to say a massive thank you to 3 people. Quiz, thank you very much for the £5 super chat, and also to Jamie for the £2 super chat saying resting 11 players, asking the board for players. That's what Nuno's doing, and also to Mark for his continued support, and £20 super chat, incredible. Mark said, evening gents, is Ariola going? Is that why we're linked to Nick Pope? If these boys run rings around Southampton, he may start them at the weekend. I hope we go out, because I've got Bolton away and my son's already booked the Hilton.
Well, I do. Actually, I know a little bit about Bolton's got an indoor market, actually. But I would imagine the Hilton in Bolton is not like the Hilton in central London.
We've got randomly. I like this quickly. Pointing, saying Mubama's going to score and do that Adebayor celebration.
Nice, very specific. I like that.
Someone did it the other day. Some scored like at the weekend, League 1 or League 2, and did that. Run down the other end of the pitch and do that knee slide celebration. I don't think Mubama will be spiteful towards us, because he chose to leave. He chose to go to Man City, and also he went to Man City. It's not like we turfed him out and he's ended up in the lower leagues and worked his way back. Right, he left West Ham and went to the best football club in the country at the time. He's done all right. He's had a good career so far. Man City, on loan to Stoke, on loan to Southampton. At worst, a championship striker. He's doing all right for himself. But I do wonder if he scores down that end, maybe he will be tempted to run past the West Ham fans, maybe shush us or something, just a something. Maybe not Adebayor, but maybe something. I would expect, see the West Ham fan. As I said, expect Downs to maybe have a bit more of a bee in his bonnet, because he might feel like he never got a chance at West Ham.
He did. I don't mean he had a fair crack of the whip, but he did get a winner's medal, didn't he? So there is that to be happy about. Someone's pointed out that I've now also insulted Bolton. So, yeah. I've insulted Dozy anyone with Tourette's and anyone from Bolton.
It's not many
Maybe there's someone called Dozy with Tourette's syndrome who also lives in Bolton, and I've probably insulted everybody.
Yeah, probably. David is saying that lineup has made the game more enjoyable. Maybe someone plays a blinder is undroppable for Watford. If there was someone to play a blinder, who would you pick?
Well, I already think Lewis Orford has played a bit of a blinder. I mean, we could say he's the main man. I mean, he has just cemented himself in West Ham's midfield. So we're not going to include him. So I'm going to go. Actually, I'd love Gollum Beckis to have a really good game. Yeah, or Mukasa, but Gollum Beckis is our player. Gollum Beckis to have a really good game. Shut about, clean sheet, headers, tackles, duels, interceptions, and the other stuff. Yeah.
I get that. My concern is Nuno wouldn't play him, but I guess if we're saying that we make him have a blinder and he has to start, then I think Gollum Beckis is a good shout, actually.
What about you?
Well, I don't think Mayers has to have a blinder to start, and I don't think Orford has to have a blinder to start. I think they should be starting against Watford anyway, regardless of what happens tonight. Maybe this one is... I get Mukasa. I wouldn't pick Ajala or La Madrid because of Bowen and Solomon, and I wouldn't pick Peru because he's going to start anyway. So maybe Joe Veltman.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a lot of hope for Veltman, actually.
Yeah, I think he'd have a good game.
I think he can have a really good season for us. So I'm hoping maybe tonight he can play well, and whether he plays right back or centre back, maybe he plays on Saturday and just improves our defence. Having someone who doesn't have this error about them that Kilman and Marpanos do at the minute, both of them have got big errors in them. I don't think Veltman's got that. I think I would like to see him, maybe even centre back. So yeah, I think I'd maybe pick Veltman. It's a bit boring, but I'd maybe pick him this evening. What have you clicked on? Sorry, what did you click on?
I'll just let's see Sammy Small-Dicks scoring for fun at the moment. Rather have him than Peru, and as I always like to say, Gio likes small dicks, don't you?
Oh, for God's sake! Here we go. Stephen saying, "I'd love to see Ajala or La Madrid surprise us with a brace. All of a sudden, we have an attacker forcing his way onto the pitch."
Love that.
Barney reckons Peru will have a great game. Toby saying, nice to see Paco wishing us well with his West Ham phone case. Big up Paco. It was funny, wasn't it? There was no phone, so he's had to take his phone off in order to take a picture of him holding his phone case.
Oh, that's a good... Yes, you'd have to, wouldn't you?
He hasn't done a selfie in the mirror. He's had to just detach it inched.
Oh, yeah. I think that's a level too far. The selfie in the mirror is a level too far, I think. You don't want to do that.
But then he could have done his duck lips and he could have went fish pout. He could have done everything. Went full on. Up the hammers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
maybe if he's still unemployed, maybe he's sending messages. Maybe he's sending a message to Kuczynski.
I think he is definitely sending messages. Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Hi, Daniel. Remember me? Wait till
Sorry. There's no need for that mime. I don't know why I did that. Sorry.
Sorry. Kano saying, I think Mayers has always looked class when he's come on for us. He's underrated. He doesn't do anything wrong, does he? No. He's just lacking that attacking threat that you might want from a left back. But I don't think we require that tonight. So I'm agreeing with Kano. I think he'll have a good game. Defensively, I think he'll be solid. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on as well. And he's played with Ajala. I assume they've played with each other plenty at under 21s level. So hopefully, albeit there's usually a left wing back in between them.
So.
But we'll wait and see. Ramsey is saying feels bad for Scars, but he lost us one game and played really bad in the last game. We'd love for Mayers to grab this shirt.
I think we all feel bad for Scars, but yeah. I mean, he's not done so well, which is a shame.
So Nusi saying Veltman was 6 on some stat in Prem last season. Can't remember what stat. Was it the least dribbled past?
Sixth oldest.
Definitely not that. To be fair, it won't be far off it. But maybe it was the least dribbled past player or something like that. He's solid. He's just not quick. That's all. But he's a very solid player. But like I said, Brighton fans were wanting to keep him, so that says a lot, I think.
Yeah. No, from what I've seen, I liked definitely.
1975 saying good thing is they weren't expecting this West Ham.
They won't. Well, you say that. The old and all that.
It also
Maybe they
came out
do.
this morning, like an hour after I'd done my video guessing the lineup. It came out that the youngsters were going to play. Oh, a nice one.
Yeah.
Got stitched up. So maybe if he's a patron of the
So
West Ham way, he might know.
he just phoned up next, didn't he? That's what he did. Look,
Yeah.
I was gonna send me bloke down with a t-shirt and a binoculars, but what's the team?
Thomas saying, does Mavpanos have a knock? I think so. He did go off early, and he wasn't in the training ground pictures from the other day.
That is true. That is true.
How serious it is, I don't know. But if he's out for Saturday, then Gollenbeckers is going to have to step up, unless Veltman gets moved over. But then, I don't know. I feel like if you're going to play Veltman centre-back, why would you not play him centre-back tonight so him and Kilman have 90 minutes of partnership together? And I appreciate that means Gollenbeckers doesn't play or plays out of position, but I think it's better to give you something to build upon in the next game. Derek says he doesn't mind this lineup. Be real, we're not going to win the cup. Saturday's more important. Lewis is saying it's nice to see a different lineup, but it's to show more players are needed. There's better ways to do it. If the team gets spanked, I'll be more frustrated with the awful start to the season.
Yeah, I think this takes a bit of the pressure off. Not so much Nuno, but because they're such a young, inexperienced team and there's a lot of goodwill, we won't go for it as much. I mean, in terms, if we lose, the fans won't go for the team as much. So I do wonder if there's a part of that that's played his part. I think if he picks Bowen and Solomon and everyone, and we lose, he then goes out to Southampton. That is very much Nuno's first team has lost again.
Yeah.
Nuno can turn around and go, well, that was the reserves. That was the youth team.
Yeah. Cookie saying, I hope the youngsters shove it right up him. Ajala, La Madrid, Bacante screaming through the middle. This lineup makes me sad because Nuno's such and such, but excited for the boys and enjoyable unless we get bumped. Ricky Reed saying, good evening, gentlemen, the nicest West Ham content creators on YouTube.
Oh, very nice. Thank you,
You
sir.
missed the start of the show when Gonzo was suggesting everyone's got Tourette's and slagging off Bolton.
Bolton, not Leeds. That's Lancashire.
I know
not
that.
Yorkshire.
I know that. I'm just saying. He's calling you nice.
No, I've been to Yorkshire.
Tony's saying it's official. Nuno's lost the plot. What a bad setup. Setting the kids up to fail reminds him of Allardyce. Mark saying optimistic we will win tonight. But those who show no desire on Saturday. Nuno must go 100%. Eddie Howe is the best man for the job. Brian saying, where's Preston Feven? Just not fancied, is he?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
He's not been on the bench, even though we've had a lack of players. You know, Josh Landers was on the bench up in Burnley.
He does have a lot of midfielders, to be fair to Nuno. Yes, yeah. Preston Feven, wherever, he's probably consoling James Ward-Prowse somewhere, I guess.
Essex Bix, thank you very much. Hope you're well. He's saying, at least tonight will be fun. Most of these players are used to an attacking, focused under-21 team. Have the tickets for the event sold out yet? No, they're not. I've stopped promoting them because no one's bought any in the last... We promoted it twice and we sold 2 tickets, so I've stopped promoting it.
We have covered a lot, so it's that last little
20%. We're still... Last time you heard us promote it, we said we sold 80% of tickets. We've still sold 80% of tickets. We haven't sold any more, but
we're good. Thank you for asking. Though it's given us a good opportunity.
Yeah, payday coming up this week, so I wasn't going to mention it, but Essex, thank you for sort of half promoting it for us. But anyway, Jake, thank you very much, saying this is going to be a strange, long season. I'm glad I got used to guide us through the madness. Jake, thank you very much for your support. Okay. And thanks for the support in the live chat. There's no adverts during the stream, and there won't be on Saturday for the Watford game either. Dean saying, just seen the lineups, wasn't expecting Header can go. I assume it would be Areola. He's injured, Dean. That's your confusion answered. Skanky saying, I'm quite looking forward to seeing this team tonight. The first 11 has been crap and predictable. If we play tonight, everyone will be jumping the bag in. If we lose, so what?
Totally agree.
Yeah. Irish Tommy is saying, I'm all for this lineup if it means Nuno will just let them have a go. I think so. Yes, mate. I think, like, Ajala will... I don't know if you can put the shackles on Ajala. I don't think he would. I think Ajala would still run at his man. Same with La Madrid. He was very keen to press in pre-season. I think you'll see that attitude tonight. He's got a bit of the bulldog attitude, La Madrid. I think when he gets a kick or whatever, he just gets straight back up and gets on with it. I quite like. He's got that little bit of grit about him. So I think tonight, right, they might not be good enough. But I'll tell you what. The players we've watched so far this season have stunk of arrogance.
Yes.
Half of them don't want to be here, and they've been putting in pathetic displays where they're not committed. I don't think we'll see any of that tonight. I think we'll see a hard-working team out there tonight. Players are really enthusiastic, that actually want to play for West Ham, and there might be a bit of pride weight in the shirt tonight. We might not win, but I'll tell you what, I don't think we'll be sitting here saying the players didn't try. I don't think we'll be saying that tonight. There might be mistakes. They might not be good enough, right? The tactics might be rubbish from Nuno, but I don't think it'll be a lack of effort from the players that is the reason we get eliminated tonight. So for that reason, I'm pretty laid back about it. Bring it on.
Yeah. Listen. I just want to make this point as well. I still want Nuno to go. I've had enough. But I'm focusing on these lads now for this game. As there's a lot of players here who could create, the backbone of what we're going to try and look to do. So, yeah, I'm up for it. I'm far more excited. I think even though it's only the start of the season, I feel like I've been ground down by players I don't feel want to play for West Ham. I'm not just talking about the players that have played. We saw a little bit of that against Charlton, but it's also the players that can't wait to get out of the club. And I just think now, just grateful for anyone that wants to play. I think this lot do. So, I'm looking forward to it. Nuno, we'll deal with him on another day, and I think he's got a must-win game against Watford. There's no doubt about that. But I think he has turned this into almost a free pass for him, which strategically in terms of him keeping his job is probably not a bad thing. But as you say, who's watching? He wasn't going to lose his job if we lost this anyway. What you can't do is pick all the kids on a Tuesday, save your team for the Saturday, then lose on a Saturday. You don't get to do that.
Gonzo, I put up a poll at the very start of the show asking people what they fancy tonight. There was 4 options because it's the Carabao Cup, which was West Ham to win normal time, West Ham to win on pens, and Southampton win on pens, Southampton to win on normal time. I'm going to combine both West Ham wins for you, okay? So West Ham to win in normal time or West Ham to win on pens. Okay. How much percentage of subscribers do you think feel
surprisingly optimistic, actually, Gio? More than half.
No. 41%, just slightly less, but 53% of people think Southampton will win it in the 90 minutes.
Okay.
In the preview, you said 2-1. Obviously, since then, we've seen the West Ham team, the Southampton team. I think you're getting a bit more fruitier, but I think that's just because of the lineup rather than optimism.
Yeah, I still think we lose. But there are individual players here I'm really looking forward to seeing play. Herrick, Veltman, Golan Beckis, Mayers. I feel like I already have seen plenty of Kante and Orford, which would be good. Mukasa, I want to see La Madrid, Ajala. Yeah, there's players.
You've just named everyone except Kilman in Peru. You did. You said there's plenty of players I'm looking forward to. And you said Herrick, Veltman, Golan Beckis, Mayers, Kante, Orford, La Madrid, Ajala, Mukasa. And I was waiting for you to say Peru. So you said everyone but Kilman.
Very cup half empty of you. I was very generous of spirit then and giving lots of players encouragement and praise. I don't have anything against Peru. I don't have anything against Kilman. I'm looking forward to seeing the younger fruity ones and Veltman.
Well, I've got something against Max Kilman. Not sure about him being captain tonight. This is a young team. I think this is where you really need your experienced player to help them. Someone might make a mistake, and I think it's important that immediately someone says, "Don't worry about it. Like, just get on with it." And I think that maybe Veltman would be better placed for that. That if Golan Beckers makes a mistake and it leads to goal, what happens if Herrick makes a mistake and leads to goal? I think this is where you need a strong leader in there to immediately go up to them, put their arm around them and say, forget what you've just done. It's not the end of the world. It's only a game of football. You're playing really well. Get on with it. Come on, let's go.
So maybe Veltman.
Perhaps, or maybe even Golan Beckers will do it because he's the captain of some of these players anyway.
Right, yeah.
So if Orford makes a mistake, you might have Golan Beckers geeing him up. But not keen on Kilman getting the captain's armband, to be honest with you. He's very quiet, he's very timid, and in a team of youngsters, I think it's even more important that you've got a bit of protection, a little bit of leadership, a little bit of guidance through the game.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to get it from Kilman, so that's my concern from this one. But Brandon said it's going to be Kilman making a mistake.
That's right. Yeah. He can have a word self, can't he?
Kilman's going to be going, don't worry about it, Max. Don't worry about it. Brilliant. All right then, Gonzo's going to disappear in a second. You sticking with 2-1?
Sticking with 2-1. Have a good scotch along. Enjoy the game, everyone. I'll be back with a review later on, and yeah, fingers crossed.
Cheers, Gonzo. Thank you. Right, it's just me and you now. Gonzo's off to watch the game. Let me get... Oh, I'm all disorganised. Here we go. Let me get my ear in. Then we'll keep getting your comments up on the screen over the next 20 minutes before kickoff. And I'll be frantically searching for the game. It'll be on the Sky Sports app for anyone looking. It is on Sky Sports Plus. And then on Sky Go, you don't get the same channel. So you've got to go on the Sky Sports app. I'm in the right place because I've got the Birmingham, Brentford, Forest, Leeds, Cardiff, Norwich, Doncaster, Middlesbrough. That's all right. I feel like I'm in the right place. It'll be there in a minute, I hope. I remember it came up, 10 minutes for a kickoff last time? So hopefully it will be there. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. It's a pleasure to have you. Please do subscribe if you're new to Hammers Chat, and also if you can drop a like on the video, that would be much appreciated. I would love it if you would all just click that thumbs up button, so when someone comes onto YouTube and types in Southampton, West Ham, we can be their #1 recommended video. And I just want to point you in the direction of our raffle this month. The top prize, this match-worn Manuel Lanzini shirt. He wore it against Liverpool. We got pumped 4-0, but don't worry about that. Signed by Manuel Lanzini. Second prize is a signed Mark Noble shirt, which is over there somewhere. And then third prize, we've got a signed Mark Noble captain's armband. Fourth prize, we've got a signed Julian Dix captain's armband. And fifth prize, we've got a £75 gift voucher for Iron's Threads, which is a website set up by West Ham fans with closed designs for West Ham fans. And a £75 gift card will get you a couple of items. You'll be able to get a hoodie and a t-shirt. I've got the hoodie. It's fantastic. I will be wearing it, but it's a bit hot at the minute, so you can understand why I'm not wearing it at the minute. Anyway, ticket, it's £5 each. Links in the description below. You buy 2 tickets, you get your third free. All money's come to Hammers Chat. The money this month is going to us for Wise Scout. We've already paid for it. We're just reimbursing ourselves because we've taken it out of sort of our wages, if you like, in order to pay for it. So Gonzo can do amateur scouting while we're buying players. So the proceeds for the raffle is basically paying for Wise Scout. Next month, the top prize is a match-worn Pablo Final's West Ham shirt. Right then, Ionix is saying, who wants to risk playing better players to win this crap fixture and stay in the Championship? Don't know. Plenty of people. Hammer's Good is saying he's loving Nuno's bollocks, by the way. Tanner is saying now some youngsters have been selected. I'm actually interested in watching us tonight. Hopefully a couple of them have good games and give us a new dimension for the rest of the season. There is a little bit of that, right? There's a little bit of that with me. I think if we played our main 11, I think you'd get a half-arsed attitude and performance at instruction this time. We've seen it in the league, but I think we'd see even more tonight where they're playing within themselves. They're not that committed. We'll probably get beat. It'll be boring. We won't learn anything, and we'll come out of it going, that was just a waste of time. But tonight, we could maybe learn something from some of these players. I expect Veltman to have a good game. A good enough game to say he starts against Watford. And there's a lot of these players. This is our squad depth, by the way. You might not like it, but this is our squad depth. I still think we should have had Engels starting, for example. I would have started Engels and Orford in order to try and get them to gel and to form a partnership because they're likely to be starting against Watford. So I would have started Engels. I get why he's protecting Bowen and he's protecting Solomon. But apart from that, it's maybe the only change I'd really be very proactive for. Like I said, maybe Veltman in centre-back. because I just think that's maybe where we'll need him against Watford. But we'll wait and see. Make West Ham great again, saying, is there a memorabilia market for signed Kilman shirt? Probably not. Someone did ask me, Broccoli, I don't know if he's in the chat, Broccoli asked me about a signed Pablo shirt. I have promised him that should Pablo go on and score a few goals, then we will add a Pablo signed shirt to a raffle in future, because I'd have to go acquire one. I've not got one yet, and I've never had a signed Max Kilman shirt. I've been careful. Peter saying, I hope the youngsters tonight don't take a blind bit of notice of his tactics and do their own thing. This lineup is all about them getting time. I completely agree with that, actually. Manera saying, is it 4-4-2, 4-3-3? I'd imagine it's a bit like a 4-2-3-1. I think Mukasa will be behind Peru. At times it might even look like a 4-4-2. What you're seeing in that graphic, that's not my graphic. That's the Data People's one. I disagree with how they've got it. I think Ajala will be on the left, La Madrid on the right. Juan is saying, I would have liked to have seen the FA Cup Youth final winners, Earthy, Marshall and Captain Kadua, in a game like this before making a final decision. I get that. I sort of get it, but also, I'm not going to lie, I quite like seeing the fact that Marshall scored the other day. I like it. I'm pleased to see the youngsters leave and go on and do well immediately as well. But Juan, thank you very much for £5 super chat. Very kind of you. Paul's been away. Hasn't had a chance to watch the Charlton game yet. We lose tonight and at the weekend. How many games do you think you give Nuno? I'd get rid of him today. But the club, I don't know. I'd imagine he'll have another 2 or 3 after the Watford game, even if we get beat. Well, I don't know. No idea. Mark saying, can't wait for the event. It's going to be a good one. Thank you very much, Mark. I am a little bit nervous, if I'm honest with you. I'm trying to not think about it too much, but it does make me... I'm proper at my comfort zone. Whenever I say that to people, they all say, what's the problem? You'll be okay. I'm like, yeah, speaking on YouTube is one thing, but speaking on a stage in front of people, it's not something I've ever done in my life, really. So it's a bit... Simmons is saying, can see Colin Beck has shown a lot of fight and maybe getting into a scrape, increasing the goodwill towards him no end. Yeah, I'm looking forward to him. There's a lot of big hopes for Colin Beckis at West Ham. So fingers crossed he can put in a good performance. And listen, neither centre-back at the minute. Mavpanos is crap at the minute and possibly even injured. But Hillman is not very good either. So there's a shirt up for grabs as far as I'm concerned. Whether Nuno thinks that or not, I'm not so sure. Big Rick saying, I'm looking forward to seeing Colin Beckis have a great game. He's got a bright future. You could only pick one youngster to have a 9 out of 10. Who would it be? We discussed this about 10 minutes ago, Rick. It would be Colin Beckis. I think I would have maybe picked Veltman because I think he's going to start on Saturday. But I agree, if it's a youngster, then Colin Beckis. Major saying, is it straight depends? It is. There's no extra time tonight. Seiji saying, just picture everyone naked and I'll smash it. Well, the problem with doing that is Mrs. Gill's coming. Don't want to be doing that, do we? That'll distract me. I'll sit on the stage like this. Oh, not you again. Oh. Anyway, right then. Keep your comments coming in to the live chat. Just 15 minutes until kickoff. I am refreshing the Sky Sports app, hoping it pops up at some point. And I know everyone's going to say it's on Paramount, so on and so forth. I do not have a television yet. I've only got the Sky Sports thing. Mark is saying, Nuno, gone with the kids tonight because he's expecting to lose and playing the kids give him a get-out-of-jail-free card. I agree with that. I do not disagree at all. Bear saying, this lineup worries me. We need to build confidence in the first team. So why is he setting up like this? I'm not so sure we lose tonight. It impacts Jared Bowen, for example. I'm not sure it does. Will it impact the youngsters? Maybe a little bit, but I think a lot of them will know what reality is, which is we are young, we are inexperienced, we're up against a decent enough Southampton side as well. So I don't think they'll take it to heart if they lose. I've seen them lose sort of much more level under 21 games and they're fine in the next one. I've seen them play really well against some experienced League 1 and League 2 sides, and they cope fine with the occasion. And even if they get beat, they don't let them affect them. And also, they don't mind a scrap if it gets a little bit physical. I've seen under 21s times a many where they're up against a senior side, usually getting embarrassed by our under 21s in that National League trophy, and they'll try and almost intimidate them physically. They'll start pushing them and whatever. They stick up for themselves. Ajala, Golombekis, Mayers, they all stick up for themselves. And they know we're not having this, and they give it back. So they'll be okay tonight. I think they'll cope. I think they'll cope with the occasion. DC saying Golombekis is too slight for this level at the moment. He's going to get monstered, but that's why you play him. Teach him. Mark saying he's also up against Mubama, who is a striker he can expect to be up against at under 21s level. Mark saying who would your choice of manager be? Still Craig Bellamy. I think Bellamy, McKenna, I appreciate it's ambitious, but I don't care. I want to see some of that. So one of those. I think Eddie Howe is too ambitious, by the way. Matt, thank you very much. He's saying not sure how to spend Google Opinion rewards. So here you go. Well, thank you, Matt. I don't even know what Google Opinion rewards is. It's not the first time you've put that in either. I don't know what it is, but I appreciate that. Thank you. Very kind of you. Cookie saying to get a thumping, it will be no excuse. Rex is saying we'd love to see the youngsters win, but I've got zero faith in Nuno's tactics. Will saying anyone struggling to get the game on, saying Sky Sports Plus but can't seem to find it. Someone will tell you the channel or how to access it via your TV. Lewis saying if we were sitting here with 4 or 6 points, my attitude towards rotating would be totally different. I hope it works out. But I think a bad defeat tonight hurts our chances of winning the next game. See, I'm a bit like that. Had we won a couple of games, I don't think anyone would care too much about tonight. I think the issue tonight isn't just, I can't speak for everyone, but I suspect the issue for some people tonight who are unhappy with the starting 11 isn't the starting 11. It's the fact that we haven't won a game in the league yet. So it feels like this attitude of, well, I'll just throw the cup game. We don't need to win this. I think that feels unjustified from Nuno tonight, which is, well, mate, you haven't won yet. Why do you think you can throw this game? So I feel like that's maybe the vibe I'm picking up from some people, and I understand it as well. Mike saying you've done your prep, you've got nothing to worry about, you'll smash it. Don't really know how I feel about the result tonight. Great to see us win a game, but it's another fixture added, and it'll probably be a tough game as well. Broccoli saying Mubama made the right choice going to Man City. We'll wait and see. At the minute, yes, but he's getting some good loans. Carl, would you consider Paco? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I get why people like him. He certainly seemed like a fun character to have around, but no. For anyone like myself and Harry, if you go on the Sky Sports app, let me try. It's maybe going to blind you. Turn down the brightness. If you go on the Sky Sports app, well, that's not the Sky Sports app. That's my wedding photo right there. You go on the Sky Sports app, and then if you click on Watch at the very top, and then you scroll down, it'll say Live Carabao Cup, and scroll along, you've got Southampton v West Ham. So, and there you go. That's your stream. So hopefully anyone with Sky Sports looking to get on the app, that is how you get it. So there you go, Harry. Hopefully that is helpful for you. Okay. And Joan is helping everybody with Sky Sports. So Joan is saying he's got Sky Sports on the telly. Press the red button, scroll along the bottom of the screen and press OK. And Richard is saying on Virgin, go to channel 504 and press the red button. I'll tell you what, how about that? Right, I've just told you how you get it for the iPad. Jones told you about Sky. Richard's told you about Virgin. Look at that service you're getting here at Hammers Chat. Gordon saying, I think we'll win tonight. For some reason, if we do, will whoever in charge say, wow, depth is amazing. No more saying, nah, surely not. They might do, but surely not. They can't do. You've almost made me a little bit worried with that perspective, Gordon. What are you doing? What are you doing that for? Motter's saying they were listening to my Charlton commentary on YouTube on the drive back from France. It was a crap game, but you had us laughing big time. Made a long journey. Well, thank you for putting up with me. I appreciate it. Unsure what I said that was made you tickled you, but I'm glad to entertain. Kevin saying my problem is not the starting 11, it's the fact that whatever the result tonight, we know it comes Saturday, he will revert to type, and that is true. He's not wrong, Kevin, is he? We could win 3-0 tonight, and he's still going to pick the same that we've seen against Charlton, maybe Orford for Kante. That's about it. Eclipse the same. We need a comfortable win to kickstart the season. I think we need that on Saturday. And Mark saying, don't worry about the event. Gonzo can talk for England. He can. My job is to talk for Scotland. But there's a lot of moving parts. We'll do a behind the scenes video after the event. And people that don't know, when we do the stuff on Patreon, we do a behind the scenes thing. I like to think we're very honest. I like to think we're quite transparent about stuff. So we'll do one for the event, and I'll show you exactly how much money we spent, how much money we took in, how the event went, what was the good stuff, the bad stuff, the stressful stuff, because it's bloody stressful stuff, all right. And we'll go through it all, and people can then think, yeah, you should do more to them, it's worth it. Or people might think, yeah, I can understand why you were a little bit nervous. But I'm looking forward to seeing everyone. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing everyone on the 3rd of October. There's some people that are coming that I know have been a subscriber for many years. So to meet them it's a real privilege to be in this position that people want to come to a live event. I mean, it's taking a bit of encouragement because it's something we get asked frequently. Are you going to do an event? And it's always something we said no to because we didn't think we'd fill it up. Because it was the most embarrassing thing possible would be that we've got to cancel it and refund everyone because we can't afford the venue, right? So we sold 80%, that's good, but we are under pressure to sell the other 20, but I just think we'll be okay. We've still got another month to sell tickets, so it works out like one a day. If we sell one ticket every day, we'll sell out before the event. But to have people come to listen to us chat about West Ham, I mean, it's an incredible compliment, really. I struggle with Mrs. Gio's got 2 degrees in psychology, right? So she's always evaluate. I feel like a project, really. But she always tells me, you struggle with pride. And I think I achieved something, I move on to the next thing, right? So, but it is quite, I don't know, nice. It's nice that people are coming to the event. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now and move on. Right, thank you very much. Keep your chats coming in. Dave, we're not going to live stream it, but we are trying to get it filmed. That's what we're doing. We're doing our best. It's budget, really, but there's someone I'm hoping is going to do us a bit of a deal and do it dirt cheap, and we might be able to record it and upload it on YouTube. Ultra saying, I'm really excited for all these youngsters getting a go. Hopefully some can show they have a bit of heart and maybe be helpful off the bench in the future. Exactly. This is what I said. This is the squad depth. Jordan saying Mayers is the only player with a chance of taking someone's place on Saturday, not including Orford for Kante. I think Veltman, Jordan, does. And maybe Mukasa. Might be tricky because he'd have to replace Tati, but maybe Mukasa. But definitely Veltman. I think he can do it. Timeless, is the venue wheelchair accessible? It is. That's part of the reason we went with this venue, because we know there is a other guest coming who is in a wheelchair. So we wanted to make sure that it was wheelchair accessible. My mum's not coming. She's not coming. But my mum is in a wheelchair because she's got MS, and I've seen and heard from her how stressful it is going somewhere that isn't wheelchair accessible. Even venues that say they are. Like, she went to a restaurant not long ago, and the disabled toilet was basically like a storage cupboard. They were literally storing like point of sales in there as well. So it doesn't make people feel good, does it? So we thought, right, let's make sure that the venue we get, people with wheelchairs can come and they have the same access and they have the same enjoyment as people not in a wheelchair. Logan, he would feel better if Jordan Hugo was starting. Understandable. Definitely that. Sonny, do not do that. By the way, I must stress this. It's a bit harsh. Do not buy a ticket and not come. I appreciate the support. Do not do it. For 2 reasons. One, it means that someone who wants to come can't come because you bought the ticket. And 2, we've got to do a certain amount of money at the bar, and if we don't, we've got to pay for it. So this is part of the risk. So if 10 people don't show up, that average cost per person gets attached to everyone else there, and I've got to pray that they all spend enough money. So we need, not just to sell out, we need people to turn up. So Sonny, I appreciate the gesture, but please do not do that. Joe and Bez did get a ticket to the game. He is there tonight. I messaged a couple of people for them, and eventually one of them said, oh, I've got a ticket for you, brilliant. And someone else said, I've got 3 tickets for... What, 3? I only need 1. So I got tickets, John. Thank you very much. Guys saying, couldn't West Ham Fan TV lads record it for you? Sure they could do it cheap. Yeah, maybe, but we already do, like... I speak to Nikki a lot, and people will never know, but sometimes we help each other out with stuff. People just never know because we don't tell anyone, and it's no one's business, really. So I don't want to put anyone out kind of thing. Plus, it's a Saturday night. But like I said, I've got something in the pipeline. It's not nothing. It's a something. £10 per head is what you need to spend, but also the food as well. So it's like 20 quid per head. It's a bit risky putting pie and mash on. Again, we'll discuss this on behind the scenes, right? We could have said no food, but Gonzo really wanted pie and mash, so pie and mash is on the menu. But we just need people to spend an average. But it should be okay. It should be fine. Hammer Boy on Sky Go. It's not on Sky Go. Not that I'm aware of. You need to download the Sky Sports app. Okay, download the Sky Sports app. Log in with your login for Sky. And then you should be able to access it via there. Gut is saying Paramount Plus for the US. Broad, I think we'll get beat. I'll go 2-1. I'll stick with 2-1. I think we'll lose. And I think Mubama will score. Age restriction, yes. 12 and over only. Under 16s with paying adult, please. Right then, kick off 5 minutes away. At St Mary's, Southampton against West Ham United in the second round of the Carabao Cup. How are you all feeling about the game? What's your predictions? Get them into the live chat. Let's see what you're all thinking. See if you all fancy. I think it'll be 4-1. Sorry, 4-1. I think it'll be 2-1 Southampton. But I just want to see a good performance. I want to see, I don't know, Mukasa scoring, maybe Peru scoring would be nice as well, given that that'll be 2-2 for him, confidence, momentum, so on and so forth. So we'll wait and see. Athers, don't know which one it is. Don't know if it's big Athers or little Athers. But he's saying big shout out to Hammers Chat Discord in description. Join up, get chatting. There you go. But remember, everyone, if you go on there, just be careful. There's some naughty people post links to illegal streaming sites, and you don't want to be clicking on them. Be careful. Iron's just saying how rotated is the Saints side? A little bit. You know, Downs isn't playing, Lavin's on the bench, but Mubama's come in. Stevens is starting, Bree's starting, but they've changed the rest of the defensive midfield. I don't know loads about Akachuk. I don't know much about him, to be honest with you. I quite like Fellows. Scanzi is a really good player. Dobbin I quite like as well. I was hoping we'd go after Dobbin. He was only like 5 million from Villa. Maybe a little bit more, but I quite like him. So there's players I like in that Saints team, but it's definitely rotated, but it's not as heavily rotated as ours. Bodger saying 4-0 Southampton. Feza reckons we're going to win 2-1. Simmons is saying 2-2, but the Saints win on pens. Avid's the same as myself, 2-1 Southampton, and he thinks Mubrama is going to get a brace. Alex is saying 3-1 Southampton. Doofus is saying 1-1, but we're going to win it on pens. Andy's saying ground looks empty. 3,000 West Ham fans, Andy, not 2. It's 3. I know you don't know. I do know. I'm telling you. It's 3,000 West Ham fans there tonight. Well, certainly 3,000 tickets sold, but I don't think there's quite a lot. Most people are going. History is saying we're going to lose 1-0. Johnny saying 2-2. Ryan saying 3-1 West Ham. Kurt's 2-2. Iron X is 2-0 Southampton. Peter saying 3-1 West Ham. Jala and Mukasa are going to score. Barlow is 2-1 West Ham. And there's a little bit of optimism in here. I quite like it. Mark is 2-0 Southampton. Carl's 2-1 West Ham. Marky is 2-1 Southampton. I like the optimism that's creeping in. Intox is saying 3-2 to West Ham. Anthony's 2-0 West Ham. Rui is saying 2-0 Southampton, and that's thinking positively. Pete is saying 4-2 to the Saints. Bobby's 3-0. Paul's 3-0 with a sad face. Osman's 2-0. All right. The positive people have been and gone. We're now into the Southampton people. Manera's 3-1 Southampton. He's going to enjoy watching the youngsters play. Ted's 2-1 West Ham. Lewis is 3-1 Southampton. Hopefully, no injuries. Jay is 3-0. Peter is 2-1 West Ham. Kevin's 2-0 Southampton. Stephen's 3-1 West Ham. We've got Leon with 2-0 to West Ham as well. Right then, that'll do for the score predictions. Thank you very much. Let me get my massive scoreboard up. Bosh! There we go. Let me get my clock ready. My clock is ready to go. My scoreboard is ready. And I've got my screen ready. I can see Mubama on the screen at the minute. Let me just have a reshuffle. Let me get sitting comfortably. Here we go. Right then. A little huddle for West Ham. For Max Kilman to whisper some words of positivity to the group. It's quite an easy one, isn't it? Right? Just say to them, look, this is your chance, boys. This is your chance. Show everyone what you got. The fans will be there. The fans will be right behind you tonight. Get out there and do it. Remember Herrick came on. Everyone was buzzing for Herrick when he came on against Leeds. Ruben Ricardo is the referee tonight. He's reffing his first ever West Ham United game. He has reffed a Southampton game before, but I don't think he's ever done a West Ham one. Andy, there's no transfer window show because we play Wolves. So the window closes on Tuesday night and we play Wolves Tuesday night. So what? The game will finish at 9:30. The window closes at 11. So it's pretty much, we're live at the end of the window anyway. But I might see if we're going to do a transfer, post-transfer. Oh, crap, I'm not ready. To push submit. West Ham will get the game underway. Joe Peru shall take the kick-off. At some point. Come on, ref. Still waiting. And we're underway at the St. Mary's. There we go. Happy days. We're off for the second round of the Carabao Cup between Southampton and West Ham United. Probably a Premier League team waiting for the winner of this in the next round. West Ham in their third kit, the Bubbles kit. And we're just playing around very patiently at the minute with Herrick and Kilman. Southampton with a timid press at the moment. But it will press Golombekis, who goes long down that right-hand side for Peru. But Stevens deals with it easily enough and he gives it to Bree. Feels weird, this game, my actual feeling. It feels a bit weird. I don't have that like pre-match buzz that I usually have. But it's not the starting 11. I just didn't have it today. It's a bit whatever. But I'd like to see us put in a good performance. A win would be good, but it does add that complication of changing the fixtures and an extra fixture as well, which we could probably do without. But we'll worry about that. Should we go through? West Ham in a 4-4-2 out of possession with Mukasa just pressing up front alongside Peru at the minute. La Madrid on the right, Orford and Kante in the middle, and Ajala on the left. As Southampton come down their left. And it's a good tackle by Veltman, and Orford picks up the loose ball and he's under pressure by 2. But he does well, gives it back to Golombekis. I think we'll see a bit of a lower tempo tonight in this game from both sides, really. I doubt either side. But like the Portsmouth game, it felt a bit like a pre-season match. I suspect it might have a similar feel tonight. Bit of a training exercise. Dog is saying change my shirt. What's wrong with my shirt? It's not dirty, is it? I don't think it is. Keith saying, what's going on with the keeper? Areola is injured. And David, he's actually on my screen with his arms folded. I'm not even taking a piss at you. David said, is Nuno folding his arms yet? And he came on the screen with his arms folded. I can see him at the top of the screen with his arms folded. Anyway, Mukasa fouled. Free kick to West Ham just on the halfway line, which we take quickly. And Mayer's on the ball for West Ham. Oh, he wants me to wear West Ham. I don't have replica shirts. I've never been... Since I was about 14, I've not worn a replica shirt. I've got a couple of replica shirts, but I don't really wear them. Anyway, Herrick with the ball at the minute, gives it to Orford and out to Golombekis. Very, very low tempo at the minute. Very patient from both teams. We're just passing it around at the back, and Southampton aren't really bothering to press us. Also saying that Mukasa's got the ball and he was under pressure, but he's wiggled away from it. Now Orford has it. Into the feet of La Madrid. It'll be interesting to see how he gets on, La Madrid. I thought he was quite... He looked okay in pre-season, but it's hard to really know what to read and what you can't read. But as Ajala finds Mukasa, he's under pressure. He holds onto the ball, and Kante and Bears now as we go backwards and continue over to the right-hand side. La Madrid just caught out there. Golombek is trying to get him out of trouble, but it's won back by Southampton. They have possession outside our box for the first time in the game, really. As La Madrid just got caught on it. As Dobbin has the ball, but Kante puts a tackle in and Golombek just clears it. Nothing is happening. It's just Southampton playing around in a minute. Stevens on the ball for Southampton. And Jala's gone right up to try and press Southampton, but it sort of helped Southampton because they were able to just pop it out to Bree and take advantage of the spare man, but they've not really done much with it. They've just gone back to Jack Stevens, and he's given it straight to La Madrid. Southampton just crowded him, preventing him from trying to break away. La Madrid caught out once more, and Kante does really well to win it back and trying to hold on to the ball there, but there was 3 Southampton players around him and he's failed to do so. So the Saints have possession again as they go backwards once more. And if you're thinking, God, this game don't sound very exciting, it's not me that's a problem, I promise you. It's not very exciting. It's 6.5 minutes in and we've not had a shot yet from either team. It's just pass it about, lose ball, pass it about. Although saying that, Mukasa just trying to nick that there. But they got away with it, Southampton. Bree on the ball. Kante under pressure here. And I think he's committed to foul. The referee says no. And he comes away with it. Ajala once on the left, gets it. He's under pressure. He goes down, but the referee says no free kick, and that was fine. But he's won it back, Ajala. We're comfortable passing it around. I will say that about us. Every player is happy to get the ball and just pass it to a teammate. We're not too hoofy at the minute. Saying that Herrick's just gone long, but he did find Peru to some extent. And Veltman's won it back really nicely there over on the right-hand side for West Ham, and he just gives it back to Golombekis, who goes back to Herrick and goal for West Ham. Still looking comfortable, West Ham. They're just passing around at the minute. Still in our own half, but Golombekis is on the ball now, and he's just striding forward into the Saints' half before putting the brakes on and giving it to Orford. But it's looking... I think this is a good start for us in this sense, because young players, you just want to say, the first 5-10 minutes, just take it easy. Just don't make a mistake. Get a feel of the ball, knock it around, build your confidence up, and that's what we've done. And Ajala's on the ball out on the left. For the first time we've got possession in sort of Southampton's third here. Orford on the ball now. We've worked our way up the pitch well. And Paul Herrick is very good with his feet. I think he's fantastic with his feet, actually. Very confident with his feet as well. He'll come out and play outside the box. He'll maybe too confident sometimes. But I've seen him take on strikers when getting chased down from a pass back. I've seen him do a feint, dummy, go past his man and just play it out. Like, he's really, really, really comfortable with the ball at his feet. Saints have worked that well though, and they come down the right hand side with Bree. Saying there we've had 68% possession. Quite believe it, to be fair. We're looking comfortable. Anyway, Fellows down the right hand side for the Saints, up against Mears, puts the cross in towards Mubama, headed away by Kilman. Only far is Senzia, who's cutting onto his right. He has a shot and it's in. 1-0 Southampton. Ugh. One 0 to Southampton. Good play down right by Fellows up against Mayers. It was close to him, but he got his cross in. Kilman got a header on it. Fell to Senzi on the edge of the box, who just stayed away from Veltman and Kante. Worked an angle. Didn't look. It wasn't the hardest effort in the world, but Eric didn't get anywhere near it, and it's gone into the back of the net. No one really covers himself in glory there. When you watch, the more replays you watch, it gets a bit worse. Everyone involved gets a bit worse. Anyway, 1-0 Southampton after 11 minutes. Hopefully it doesn't knock the boys too much. Although they haven't created anything, they've been looking comfortable in possession. Hopefully they can just continue that, but try and increase the creativity if they can. The issues with this team are the same as you see on a Saturday, really. If you look at when Orford's got the ball, there's very little options in front of him. Same with Kante. He's got it now, Kante. There's not much there, although he's tried to find Peru and he's been brought down by Stevens. The referee's having none of it. Southampton come again. Like, Orford will take the ball here, and he has done. There's not really anything for him except Kilman and Golombekis. Maybe Mayers. He's gone long out to the left for Ajala. But Bree wins the header. Mukasa trying to get on the loose ball, but can't quite get there. As Fellows picks it up and he comes away with it again. Oh. I can't be too mad because of the players playing, but kind of am mad because the issues are the same. It's just different players, really, isn't it? And it's hard to not blame Nuno for this because when you watch these players at under 21s level, they're better than this. That's the harsh reality. They are. Ajala is brave, he's quick, he tries to take players on. He's had the ball a couple of occasions tonight and he's turned and gone backwards with it. Anyway, Wellington comes forward with it for Southampton. Veltman cuts it out. Who does well to give it to La Madrid, and maybe a bit of a chance here for West Ham. La Madrid on the right, Veltman on the overlap. Peru's in the middle with Mukasa. La Madrid goes for goal, and it's a bad decision to have a shot. I don't really want to blame him too much because he's trying something, but I don't really feel like the shot was on there. It was going to take a worldie to score from there. But just no movement in front of him, to be fair. I was watching La Madrid and Veltman was on the overlap, but Peru and Mukasa were in the middle, but they weren't really doing anything. They weren't moving. They were just very stationary. Anyway, the Saints get the game underway. They go long looking for Mubama, but Max Kilman is over to get the ball. Oh, my fucking... He's got it away. He made that look a lot more difficult than it needed to be, but Ajala's done well to give it to Kante, who's found La Madrid. Into Mukasa. Peru's on the move. If Mukasa can maybe find him, he opts to hold on to it. Still Mukasa. Now he looks for Joel Veltman at the back. Gives it to Orford on the edge of the box. Peru now. He goes for goal. Deflected. And a corner kick to West Ham. And it looks like Mukasa's going to go over and take this. Corner kick to the Hammers. Over on our right-hand side. Mukasa shall take it. I think Gollenbeckers can get on the end of this, but he's been well marked. It goes to Kilman, and it's just wide. It was a bit far post, too much from the far post, so he was a couple of yards behind the goal. Max Kilman, but got his head on it. So one of them, I think you're better off going back across the goal. I think you're better off to try put it across the 6-yarder and hope someone can knock it in rather than shoot. I feel like the angle's against him there, but play has resumed. Akachukwu on the ball for the Saints. And now it's with their skipper, Jack Stevens, who gives it to his partner at the back, Wood. Do not know his first name. Chris is in my head. Obviously, I'm going to assume it's not Chris, and I'm just thinking of the Nottingham Forest striker. That's a really good play by Kante there. He's completely just muscled him out of the way. Not for the first time, actually. I think Kante's using his physicality quite well in this match. Ajala with a little flick to Mayers into the feet of Peru, who's held it up well on this occasion. Now Kante's got it. Veltman high and wide on the right. Gollenbeck is just really powering forward from right centre-back here, and he's continued his run, actually. La Madrid now. West Ham have got some players up. La Madrid can maybe find one of them. Look for Peru, but it's been intercepted, and now Mubama's on the ball, and Kante commits the foul. I feel like they've been a bit more... We're trying to move the ball forward a lot more since we conceded the first 10 minutes. We didn't really try and move it forward very much. We're just keeping the ball at the back. But in the last 7 minutes, I feel like we are trying to just get it forward a bit, although it's not that effective. We've had a couple of shots. We've had a corner in the 7 minutes since they scored, compared to 0 prior. Although Southampton's cut out that attack from Orford. And the Saints look to come once more with Wellington over on that left-hand side. Into Mubama, who's got Max Kilman behind him in the left channel. Skenzi on the ball. And he goes round Max Kilman. He goes down. Referee says no foul. He's not really given much to the referee. There's been a few players from both teams going down, and the referee's not interested. Certainly letting the game flow, that's for sure. Definitely gave him a nudge, Max Kilman, let's put it that way. So it's a throw into Southampton after the ball was put out by Veltman. As Wellington does a 1-2 with Skenzia. And they're not on the same wavelength here, and Kante clears it. Felt unnecessary. There wasn't anyone around him. He maybe had a little bit of time there, but was unaware. And we'll give it straight back to Southampton. Thank you very much to Harry Up. Harry saying the season's only started. I've checked out already. So deflating supporting our boys at the minute. I get that. Tonight's not going to help. We're losing 1-0. And they come again. Southampton. It's Mubama. Mears. We've got rid of it. That was very untidy by West Ham at the back there. But Harry, thank you for your support. And also to Steve saying Tonda Eckert should be banned. I'm rooting for every team that plays Southampton's cheaters this season. Anyway, Wood on the ball at the back for the Saints. A lot of anger in the live chat, understandably. Luke saying I turned in 5 minutes ago and I can't believe it. Roy saying he hates his team, it's a disgrace. Upward Motive saying dog shit. David saying that defensive thing we just seen there was an absolute mess. Harris saying it's too easy for them, I agree with that. But Mukasa on the ball at the minute for West Ham. Now it's Kante, who switches out to Veltman, who brings it down and goes back to Colin Beckis after being put under pressure by Skenzia. Now Kilman has it now, the skipper for West Ham tonight. Mears has the ball and little options ahead of him. And Golan Beckis looks to pop into the feet of Peru, does well. Gives it to Veltman, who gives it back to Peru. Ajala and Mukasa trying to get in the box. If Peru can do something, he turns. He turns again. He's done really well. It's Peru! Great save. Oh, unlucky. Joe Peru just trying to single-handedly just do everything by himself, and he nearly did there. Twisted and turned about 3 times. Gave himself half a yard. Got his shot away. But it was a good save by Perret in the Southampton goal. A little bit lower on the deck, and he might have just finished that one, but it was a good height for the keeper. Joe saying, I'm not angry anymore. The last 2 seasons have sucked any emotion out of me. Need a miracle to get this season on track. As Orford on the ball here, cuts it back for Peru. On the edge of the box, it's Peru! It's straight at the keeper. He makes a bit of a mess of it, the keeper does, but he's got it on second attempt. And Peru's had a couple of efforts there. The first one I thought was really good work by him. That one, just a decent effort with his left foot. Very comfortable with both feet, Peru. We've seen it at the weekend. He scored with his right. He had a left-footed effort tipped over the bar by the geezer's name, Okonkwo, I think it is. Anyway, a bit better from West Ham since we've conceded, but I wouldn't describe us as good, just not as bad. Anyway, Breeze lost out. Jalas took it off him. Gives it to Orford. Veltman's getting forward again. He's found La Madrid. Into Peru. Ajala couldn't quite sort his feet out there in Peru. With a bit of a petulant trip on Akachukwu. Good name that. I wouldn't mind that being my surname. Gio Akachukwu. It works. I like that feat from Peru there. Very ball in close control at all times. One of those things that as a defender, it's hard to put a tackle in because you could easily get it wrong and commit a foul. So Peru gets his shot away. Decent save. Signs of encouragement, I think. But maybe it's just out of sheer desperation to find some encouragement. I'm feeling encouraged. That's a good ball into Akachukwu, who's powering through the midfield for Southampton at the minute. He's giving it to Wellington, Senzia. Akachukwu in the ball once more. Mubama's in the middle, wants it. To cut back for Fellows. But Mukasa gets something on it. But it's going to come straight back at us here as Southampton regain possession in the middle of the park with Bragg. Is it Bragg? I think his name's Bragg. I'm learning about some Southampton players I don't know here. Anyway, Sendia cutting in. La Madrid fouls him and it's a free kick. And La Madrid's maybe going to get a bit of a talking to here. Yeah, it's a bit of a untidy challenge from La Madrid, that. Just a bit lazy. Anyway, Skenzia over the ball. He might fancy a pop here. Herrick's taking no chances. He's got 4 men in the wall. It's one of those awkward ones. Maybe you're too close to cross it, too far to shoot. So I think he might go for a pop. He scored already, so he might fancy it. He is signalling 2 to the players in the box, but might be a bit of a decoy. Anyway, he does go for goal, and it's over the bar. I think it might have been tipped over by Herrick. Might have even taken a deflection off the wall as well. But it was a decent enough effort by Skenzia. Yeah, it came off the wall. They did their job. Corner kick to Southampton. Over on their left-hand side, Skenzia shall take. And it comes. It's a decent corner. Herrick gets a fist on it. And that's a real last shot, but it's still in play. And it's just wide from Jack Stevens, I think it was. Bit untidy at the back. Defensively, we're looking ropey. We've just not had to do as much defending in the last 10 minutes. Unfortunately, my real name is Gio. A lot of people do wonder what my actual name is. It's just Gio, I'm afraid. When I met Mrs. Gio, CID checked me on our first date. She wanted to verify what my name was for, well, I guess safety reasons, isn't it, these days? She needed to just be sure my name was actually Gio. I don't know if she was pleased or disappointed. And that's got to be a booking. He's absolutely dragged La Madrid back there, and it will be a yellow card. La Madrid did all right there. Spun him. Bragg. Bragg is booked. Anyway, we get the game back underway. West Ham, Mayers and Najala doing a little 1-2 down the left, but it's not a good ball by Mayers, although Kante tries to help him out, but it falls straight to Fellows, I think. You can tell I'm not a commentator in the EFL. But I think I'll stick with Gio Akachukwu. I think that's a good name. Anyway, Dobbin getting out muscled there by Orford and Ojala. Not something I thought I'd ever say about a player, but he was. As Genzia finds Wellington on the overlap. Up against Veltman now. And he scoops it back to Bragg, who may think about swinging this in. He goes to Dobbin, who goes for the dummy, but Kante reads it and comes away with it. I think he's doing okay, Kante, tonight. He's a bit clumsy, but I think he's using his physicality well. And Orford goes down. The referee saying, no, I feel like Wellington was maybe fair there with that physical challenge on Lewis Orford. I think he was just a bit too weak. Connor, her name is Lovin, but I don't know, just call her Mrs. Geo because why not? Also, she hates some of you lot. Not, I say some of you. She hates one or two of you lot. She doesn't like me doing YouTube. I think it's understandable, given the comments. She's a bit with YouTube. Anyway, the Saints are just playing around at the back in a minute with Stevens, Wood, Bree, who's just kicked it off of Jala and given it back to Wood. And they're still playing around at the back at the minute, as Bree goes all the way back to Peretz in goal and out to Wellington at left back. Veltman pressing, although he has not been successful, and it gives Southampton the opportunity to come down the left here. They've got bodies forward. Senzia running at goal and back is Senzia, but it's held by Herrick, and he had to be held as Mubama was looking for any potential rebound, and Herrick is immediately shouting at his defence to focus, I guess. He's pointing at his head. Concentrate, perhaps, maybe was what he's trying to say. I prefer do fucking better, personally, but it should... Well, he's kept it in Ajala there. He did well in the end, but he gave up a bit early. And it comes from Ajala. It's a slice clearance by Jack Stevens, and it's another corner kick to West Ham. Come on. Anyway, it's a corner kick to West Ham. Mukasa's gone out there to take it once again from our right-hand side. Let's see. In it comes from Mukasa. It's right under the goalkeeper's crossbar, and he gets up well and gathers it. Peretz does. He's released it quickly to Dobbin, who looked for the run of Fellows, but La Madrid intercepted that well. And he goes back to Mayers as West Ham just get back into position following our corner. Orford just popping out to Mayers on the left-hand side here. Herrick, that's a lovely ball into Peru, but it's a bad first touch. He's giving it straight back to Southampton. Bragg into the feet of Mubama. Kilman gives him a nudge. Referee plays advantage as the Saints come forward with Wellington. Now Senzia, who's causing us all sorts of bothers down that left-hand side and has got the goal. And he's on the ball once more as he chases up Joe Veltman. And he cuts inside. Dobbin tries to 1-2, but Orford intercepts, gives it straight to Peru. And gives it out to La Madrid, who's... Sorry, it was Mukasa, but Wellington put the tackle in and won the throw-in in the process as well. Anyway, nearly 32 minutes gone at St Mary's. It's still Southampton 1, West Ham United 0. Senzia with the goal after picking up a headed clearance from Max Kilman and going past Veltman and Kante and just finishing it in the far corner. A place in the third round of the Carabao Cup up for grabs tonight, as Akachukwu holds off Kante and gives it to Bragg, who pings out to Wellington on the left. And Dobbin's on the move, but he doesn't look for him. He gives it to Senzia instead, which has frustrated Dobbin. I thought he made a good run there. It was not spotted by the Saints midfielder. Anyway, Fellows running down this right-hand side, who started the attack for the goal, puts it into Mubama, gets his head on it. Max Kilman just volleys it away as high and as far as he can down the pitch. As Mubama don't really know what he's trying to do, to be honest. He sort of headed it down into the box, but there was no one there. Anyway, Sensi on the ball once more. Veltman just jockeying him at the minute, and he puts the tackle in. It's a good tackle by Veltman. And him and Sensi have sort of clashed off the ball a little bit. And Sensi has really kicked out of Veltman. He's maybe going to pick up a booking for his trouble there. And he's very lucky to escape a yellow card. He's just blatantly kicked him. I don't think Veltman does anything wrong. The first clash, I think he's just getting up and Veltman's there. But Veltman is an absolute shithouse. He's always been a shithouse at Brighton. Sensi has been booked for booting. Joe Veltman, yeah, Joe Veltman, I've just watched it. Veltman does go for him. I'm telling you, this guy's an absolute shithouse. Funny. He just, Sensi's gone down, he's getting up, and Kilman's just put his leg across him to knock him back down, and Sensi's got up and just booted him. So the Saints, why man has gone in the book. As Orford gives it to La Madrid, who does give it to Joe Veltman. Mayer's trying to give it to Ajala. It's bounced around. Mubama's got it now. Onto his left foot. It's Mubama. Golombekis has blocked the shot. And it's out. No, it's not gone out for a throw-in yet. It's been kept in by Sensi over on that left-hand side. Gives it back to... You feel like if Southampton just turned up a little bit, it could cause us a bit of problems. It feels like they're playing in second gear at the minute. As Wood finds Akachukwu. That's a lovely touch to Bree. But that's not a lovely touch, and Mukasa picks it up for West Ham. He goes long, looking for Ajala. That's not a bad ball. It's not a great touch by Ajala. Wood has to head out for a throw-in. Don't mind that from Mukasa. Mukasa. I don't know why I call him Mukasa. Anyway, Mukasa. Mukasa. Hakuna Mukasa. Anyway, Lewis Orford on the ball now for West Ham. I don't have a song about Lewis Orford. That is a terrible pass. What is he doing? Anyway, Mubama has it now and Orford fouls him. The referee says no free kick, which this ref does not like giving free kicks. I don't mind it, but some of them have definitely been fouls. La Madrid on the ball for West Ham currently. And he gives it to Orford and into Kante. We've given the ball away again. Here come the Saints with Dobbin. And he just goes backwards. See, this is where I think if Southampton were a little bit more brave. But they're not, as Bragg gives it to Wellington over on the left-hand side. It's all a little bit pedestrian at the minute. As Fellows cuts inside, gives it to Akachukwu into Mubama, but Kante intercepts it and it's out for a throw into the Saints. Halfway down our left-hand side, which they take quickly. 37 minutes gone at Southampton. Wellington on the ball. La Madrid puts a tackle in. The one positive There's maybe more, but I'm just gonna. It's just come to my head, right? A positive is that our bench is pretty strong. So come half time, if he wants to win it, then well, that was a bit weird. Mukasa and Bragg just like cuddled each other and then flung each other to the deck. Strange for Mukasa, but if he wants to do something, he's got options on there. He could bring on Solomon at half time, and just that one sub would really change things for us. So he's definitely got options. But he might not want to win it. And it comes from Wellington. Mayers clears it away only as far as Bragg. Peretz goes long, looking for Bree. Too long, and it's a throw in for West Ham right in our corner on our left-hand side. Just under 7 minutes to go. Can't see there being any stoppage time. Nothing's happened. I hope there's not any stoppage time. As Mayers takes a throw in down the left-hand side, and it's out for another throw into West Ham, just further down the left-hand side. Ajala looks for Mukasa, intercepted. Mubama with a real weird kick of the ball there, but it's found its way to Dobbin somehow. And the Saints come again down the left-hand side with Skenzia up against Veltman, who at some point you imagine is just going to chop him out of frustration. But not just yet as Southampton now work it. No, they're not as we say down the middle, but they've gone back down that left as with Dobbin, although Kante's intercepted it once more. Peru's lost out. Mubama's got the ball. There's a strong tackle from Max Kilman. Wins the ball. Mukasa, Peru, Ajala. There's an attack here for West Ham. Mukasa on the ball. Looks for Ajala. And Bree just gets there to put it out for a corner kick. That was a promising attack from West Ham. I just don't think we were quite confident enough. I don't think the players were confident enough in that break. Peru wasn't quick enough. It's not the worst ball from Mukasa. I just needed a little bit more on it in order to find Ajala. But we've got a corner kick from our left-hand side now. Just under 5 minutes to go. Lewis Orford will go out and take this one. And it comes from Orford. It's in! Yes! That's a great header by, of all people, Jos Ajala. It's 1-1. I never expected to be saying that Ajala's just scored a header from a corner, but he has. Southampton 1, West Ham 1. Corner kick from Lewis Orford towards the back post. Ajala gets up really high. It's a great header. And we've equalised against Southampton. Good ball in by Orford. The keeper gets it all wrong. It's a free header at the very back post. Just get it on target and you've scored. The keeper has absolutely messed up there, but we'll take it. We will take that. Well done, Jos Ajala. Superb. Gives his man a little nudge. Wood, absolute pathetic defending from the Saints centre-back. Just flings himself to the ground. 1-1. Here we go. Well done, kid. Pleased for him. I'm really pleased for him. Good ball in by Orford. The last corner kick. The keeper came, caught it. Next corner, albeit different people. Just make sure the keeper ain't catching it. Bang, in it goes. Keeper comes for it too high. Ajala free header at the back post. 1-1. Fun has just been injected into the match. Anyway, the Saints get the game back underway just 3 minutes before half-time. Stats have come up. They've only had one shot more than us. Doesn't feel like it, does it? But stats are facts. Anyway, Wood on the ball for Southampton. Out to Bree at right back. And now Jack Stevens and Southampton are keeping the ball at the back because they're terrified of our academy players. They're shitting it. Just keep the ball. Make no fuck-ups. They're too good. That's what they're saying at the minute. Eckert is asking who's responsible for scouting West Ham set pieces during the week. Someone just sent me a video from the game. Let's have a look, see what the video is. I think it's just them celebrating. Anyway, Veltman's done well against Senzia down there in the corner. He's done well to clear it, and Peru will pick it up. Out on the right touchline, he's under pressure from two Saints players. He's held off one. He's done really well here. He's got no support. He's still going, Peru. What a goal this would be. He goes down, pen! No! Referee says no, it looked like a pen to me. I thought he'd done really well there, Peru. I thought he's cut inside and got taken down. Kilman's fouled Mubama just inside the half, and Peru's not happy there. I thought it was a penalty. Let's have a look. I thought Peru did really well. He had Jack Stevens backtracking. That's a pen. He's kicked him in the back of the heel. That is a pen. That's a pen. I think Peru's been mugged right off there. He just cuts it back perfectly at the right time as Jack Stevens goes to... Literally, this is what I was saying 10 minutes ago, weren't it? I was talking about the close control of Peru. I said it's too close. The ball's too close to him. If you make a tackle, you might concede a penalty. And he's done that. Well, he didn't concede a pen, but he's brought him down. That's a pen all day, every day. Good play by Peru. Shrugged off one of them and then had Jack Stevens backpedaling all the way to the edge of his box. Good striker play. I like that. But the referee, I will say this, it is in keeping with how he's been refereeing the game. He's been given nothing. Scammed. Should be 2-1 up. And we ain't got Tatty on the pitch to take the bloody thing. Which is a good thing, just to be clear for anyone unaware. I'm glad Tate's not on the pitch to take a pen. Although saying that, should it go to penalties, we should have some decent players on the park at that point. Akachukwu just gets pocketed there and has an effort at goal, but the referee's already blown up for a foul by Akachukwu. And that may be the end of the half, as we've only got a couple of seconds left to stoppage time, so I'm going to move my screen and assume that the half-time whistle's ready to get blowing when Herrick pumps this one down the middle of the park. And it is half-time. There we go. There we go. Half-time. Southampton 1. West Ham United 1. Let's see what you all say at half-time. You get your thoughts into the live chat. I think we've been okay. We've not been good. I think we've been fine. I don't think Southampton have been good. I think Southampton have been fine. I think it's two underwhelming teams playing each other at the minute. I think it's a bit half-hearted from both sides. I think Senzia is looking really good down their left. But we're looking okay. It's an okay game of football. It's not the most entertaining thing in the world. But we'll see what you guys think. Fez is saying, despite how it must have dented Peru's confidence last season at Leeds, he looks to be a player brimming with it. Completely agree with that. I think he's had a good game. Stuart agrees, saying Peru very good. Hasib saying it's a good fight back. Mark is saying Veltman man of match so far. Stephen saying the kids are doing all right. Ryan thinks it's just a good game. Paul saying it's dog shit. We are pony. West Ham saying, do you have to pay to watch the game? I've got Sky Sports. It's part of my Sky Sports subscription. Tim saying, I remember when Benjamin Bloom was on a show with you and said how bad the referee standard was. He was. I'm on a show with him tomorrow. Well, it goes up on his channel on Thursday. We're recording tomorrow morning. First thing. Victor saying, not that bad. Need a few taken off. Kante and La Madrid at half time. Matt saying our midfield need to learn to keep a hold of the ball. We lose it way too many times. Steve saying we look good. I think we've looked all right on the counter with more pace. Tim saying we've got a serious player on our hands in Orford. Peru is going to be great at this level as well. Kurt saying how is Kante playing? I think he's physically. I think he's doing really well, but giving the ball away on a few occasions too. Harley saying I think we look a bit better than okay. Martin saying a little bit more passion from the young Hammers. Hammer for Life saying love their way of support, making sure Sullivan and Sky can hear their sex offender chant good. I'm pleased about that. I have mine muted, so I don't know what's being sung with that, but I'm pleased that they're singing that. Got Buster saying it's a weird feeling. Each game we play with look rubbish, but stats suggest we're just not capitalising on our minimal chances. Ryan saying poor first half, but at least we equalised. We need to go on and win this match. We certainly can go on and win it, I will say that. Luke saying I do like Peru. I feel he's just not being utilised properly at the minute. Then again, know that from Nuno. Quiz is saying pretty good. Few misplaced passes, but at least we're trying to be adventurous. Orford's class. Peru looks confident, and Veltman has to start against Millwall. Bear is saying it's too slow. A little pace to the ball movement. Our defence is playing a deep line, so there's no doubt Nuno's taking a defensive approach to this match. Jonathan saying, look a million times better. Pass and moved. Passed into the channels. Youth is better than the first team at the minute. Ben is listening on a train from the Gold Coast to Brisbane on the way for work. Keep up the good work. I'll do my best. Thank you very much for tuning in. I never know what time it is in Australia. I assume it's 8:30 in the morning, but enjoy your shift at work. I hope you have a lovely day. Peter saying just a little bit of pace with Peru and he'd be very good. Nice to see Veltman showing some balls and getting stuck in. Yeah, I like him. I said in my preview, Veltman for captain. I'm dying on this hill. I've put my stake in the ground early doors and I'm sticking with it. Veltman for skipper. He was a really good professional at Brighton. Very experienced. Proper shithouse. Will protect the young players. But also Saturday, when we got that pen, he was only one trying to protect Tate, so no one was in his lug while Bowman stood there watching. So get Veltman into... Well, don't get him anywhere. Make him skipper. That's my claim. That's my thing. Players are saying some passable individual performances, but the tactics and setup still isn't right. Way too reactive and constantly on the back foot. Darren saying the youngsters are putting the first team to shame. They're showing grit and fight. Johnny saying feel like the players' heads didn't drop half as much as the seniors did at the weekend because they care. I think it's because they care. There's nothing worse than when you concede, right, and then you watch like the reaction of your players and they all just go, ugh. It's infuriating. You want to see players pissed off that we've conceded a goal and saying, right, come on, sort this out. You know, saw Herrick save that effort and straight away got on at Golan Beck saying, come on, what we do? We need to be doing better than this. I like it. Jimmy saying, never watched Peru. What's his best position? He's a bit of like a second striker. He'll go where the ball is. He's not like a traditional out-and-out number 9. He will play off someone and he will just be a magnet to the ball. But I think he's playing a bit of a different role tonight. He is playing quite central. He's playing quite high. I think he's having a good game. I think some of his hold-up plays been good. That effort he had saved, I think, was great play. I've liked Peru's performance tonight, actually. I think there's a... He's trying hard. He's trying hard tonight. Steady saying we've been mugged off massively with the dwarf still running the show. No emotion when we scored. See, when he was at Forest, right, and Wolves, do you know whenever they scored a goal, doesn't matter when, they were very. Do you remember how Disasi was last season, right? So Disasi, if Mavropanos would make a tackle, Disasi would celebrate with him, right? Disasi celebrated defensive actions last season. Hermansen would make a save, bang, there's Disasi, high-fiving him. Nuno used to be like that with his coaching team. If you go pick a random Nottingham Forest game that they won a couple of seasons ago when they finished 7th, and just watch the highlights, you'll probably see Nuno, when they score, in a huddle with Silva, Barbosa, the others, 4 or 5 of them really hugging and celebrating every goal. They don't do that at West Ham, and I don't know why. So I get what Steady Hand is saying there regarding the no emotion. And it's not like, I don't think he's ever really shown it at West Ham, but he used to when he was at Nottingham Forest. Russ saying, need to win some headers in our own box. We look shaky when attacked, but look better going forward. Alvarez apparently doesn't want to play for West Ham. I use the word apparently. That's what's been reported. That's not my claim. And Areola is injured, for those asking. He was set to play tonight, but he's got a calf injury. So that is why Herrick is in the team ahead of him. Anyway, keep your comments coming in. We've still got 5 minutes before the restart. I just want to ask anyone that's new to Hammers Chat if they wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel. Getting close to 56,000 subscribers, which, by the way, is fantastic. It felt like not long ago, like 2 weeks ago, I was saying, 55,000, because I'm sure we wanted to hit it before the Burnley game, and we did, and that was only 2 weeks ago. So we've really quickly gone from 55 to nearly 56. So thank you very much. I appreciate the support. Keep your comments coming in to the live chat, like John has done, and he said, fingers crossed, but Sullivan can still clip Batust, and the PFL make him get rid of his shares and out of the club. He just needs to foxtrot Oscar. Tommy saying praying Peru doesn't get injured. Second half looks like someone we desperately need. James is saying it's because we don't score very often. When we do, everyone is in shock. We have scored, in fairness, we've scored 3, 4, 5, 6 goals in 3 games so far. So we have been scoring goals. The issue is we're conceding 2 goals a game. That's the problem. Portsmouth was 1, but in the league we've conceded 2 goals each game. That's the issue, that you need to score 3 in order to win the bloody thing. That's where it needs to be fixed. Dark saying, why does the opposition always seem to score when Kilman has something to do with it? I don't blame Kilman for today's goal. Got a big header on it. I don't blame him. I don't think Kilman was at fault for it. Just one of those goals, really. We'll see. John saying, turned on immediately as he offered make an awful pass. Quickly redeemed himself with a great corner and super header, hoping for a good second half. We could go on and win this game. Would you make any subs at half-time? Let me know in the live chat. I think I'd bring Solomon on for La Madrid. I think I'd do that. Or Solomon for Mukasa, maybe. Mukasa's not been great. Nor has La Madrid. I think I'd try and get Solomon on. Because I think he would add that something we're missing. Because when Peru there ran at the Southampton defence, they were all over the place. And I think I'd prefer Solomon running at the defence and trying to take players on. So I'd get him on. It's just for whom. And that's the only sub I'd do at half-time. I'd keep the rest the same, really. Yeah, Solomon for Mukasa. Put him in that number 10 role, just to see if you can see what he can do. We'll wait and see. Andy said Mukasa for Kante. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that, actually. I'll be honest with you, I forgot Mukasa was on the bench. I would like to see Mukasa have decent minutes tonight, especially if he's going to remain here after the window. And I'm still quite hopeful that he might be. For those wanting James Ward-Prowse, like Tommy, he's not on the bench. He's not in the squad tonight. Victory saying Bowen or Solomon for La Madrid and Kante for Engels. Rob is saying Engels for Mukasa to get some minutes into his legs. I think that's an important shout as well, actually. Mark would bring on Engels for Kante. you're almost persuading me here, you lot, getting Engels on for Kante. But Solomon would be my main one because I think he's got what we're lacking. Brad saying leave at 15 and get Solomon and Bowen on and try and get some link up with Peru and hopefully a goal. Eric saying strategically Solomon makes sense, but he's injury prone and not worth the risk. There's always that risk and issue when you bring in injury prone players, isn't it? Andrew saying the ratings you have, Mukasa is one of our better players. Yeah, but I quite often disagree with ratings. No one will ever, right? I respect people that are really data-driven and data-led in football, right? But I don't even think it tells you half the story of football. You've really got to watch stuff. Like we covered it when we did the player ratings on Monday. Gonzo picked out 3 or 4 stats for every player. And some of them are like, Kilman, his passing is exceptional. Like his pass success rate's really good. His progressive passing's really good. So statistically, Kilman is playing like Pirlo at centre-back if you look at the stats from the weekend. But anyone that watched it would go, don't you bloody dare. So eye test will always trump data for me. So I know it might say Mukasa's playing well. Statistically, he might be stringing the passes together and stuff. But people may suggest this is a bad idea with some of my opinions. But I will always go with what I watch rather than what I read. The eye test. Exactly that, Ralph. That is the best way of judging a player in one's opinion. And that's why when it says, oh, it's a data-led attack on the transfer window, first of all, no, it's not. And second of all, be careful. Be careful. Anyway. Harry, I think he said, I love data. I do, right. I've always had the same rule. I've always had the same rule when it comes to data. Data are statistics and the data for players. They're indicators. They don't tell you. You can't also just use one bit. You need context. You can't just go, his pass success rate's really good. Okay, but how many of it was sideways? How risky were they? So on and so forth. So I think data in isolation is dangerous. I still do love data, Harry. I still do love data. But I just think it's an indication. That's all. It's not definitive. Reece saying, how can I say Mukasa isn't playing well? Because I don't think he is. I think he's playing okay. I didn't say he's playing bad. I think he's playing okay. I don't think anyone's having a bad game for West Ham. I think he's doing okay. I think La Madrid's doing okay. I think Peru's playing well. I think Ajala's good goal, but he's playing okay. Mayers is okay. Kilman, Golombekis are okay. Veltman's playing well. Kante physically is playing well. In possession, not so much. Orford, I think, is having a good game. I think he's doing all right. I think he's fine. Anyway, we're out for the second half. Let me get ready with the clock. As Mubama will get us... No, it will not be Mubama. I think it's going to be Dobbin that gets us underway in the second half. At some point. And we're off. There we go. Second half is underway. No changes at halftime that I can see from either side. As Mukasa switches play to La Madrid early on. Veltman with a really good run. La Madrid's found him. Veltman cuts it back. It's Mukasa! Deflected. And it's into the hands of the goalkeeper. Good play there by West Ham down the right-hand side. Although they've released it quickly, the Saints, so they found Mubama, who's skinned Kante. And it's been fouled by La Madrid, and Veltman just kicks it into the crowd. As Mubama complains to the referee regarding his treatment. Right then, let me get comfy for the second half. Southampton have got a free kick to the left, quite far out, so this could be one for the defence to deal with as Skenzia and Wellington stand over it at the minute. Kurt would like Kante and Lamadrid off for Mukasa and Engels. Really, it will go to penalties in the event it finishes a draw at full time. Anyway, Skenzia has moved away, so Wellington shall take the free kick. So Jalas had to come out from the box in order to mark up Skenzia, and it comes from Wellington. Poor ball in, but we haven't cleared it just yet. It gets sent in deep towards Stevens, but it's headed away by Peru, and Lamadrid will get on the end of this one. And he comes away with it. Under pressure from Dobbin. He's done all right, Lamadrid. He's held it up well here. And he gives it to Golombekis. Good defending there by Lamadrid. Just picking the ball up on the edge of our box. Getting up to the halfway line, putting the brakes on and just retaining possession, allowing us to push up after defending a deep free kick. As Kilman, who's captain in West Ham tonight, is on the ball and gives it out to Golombekis. Just on the halfway line in the right back position, who uses Veltman in a right wing back position. It's an early cross by Veltman, way too deep for Peru, but you can see what he was trying to do. He's trying to send it in really early for Peru while he's one-on-one with Jack Stevens, but it was just overhit into the hands of the Saints goalkeeper. And at this point, I just want to say a massive thank you to 3 of you, actually, 4 of you. Adelaide saying we need to change our culture in the dressing room. Look how happy we were when Lingard, Declan Rice, Antonio were in the room. Always seen videos of them joking. We need to bring some characters in. Thank you very much for support. And also to Brian, who says Mrs. Geo hates YouTube because of his poor predictions on Tartan Geo. Don't worry, Brian. I don't tell anyone about your crap predictions. Probably because mine are crap as well. Skunkola says, all right, happy enough regarding the performance in the first half from West Ham. And Mark is letting us know that Watford are currently 2-0 down. And also, Tom, thank you very much for the super chat. Very kind of you all. Thanks for the support, saying, up the hammers, no one burst the bubbles, Leeds United fan. Thank you, Tom. It's very kind of you to show your support. Anyway, throw in for the Saints, which Bree takes, finding Dobbin. I wouldn't say Ajala's playing out of position place. I think he is quite attacking. I appreciate he's playing left midfield, but this is, if he is going to play in the senior team, this is probably where he's going to play. But Lamadrid, yeah, and Mayers, yeah, but I'm not so sure he's going to make it as a left back, as a centre back. It's a bit Nathan Ake-esque, isn't it, in the sense that he's quite short for the centre back. Kemoka, yeah, Veltman can play centre back. He can play centre back in a back 4 or a back 3 as well, so he's very versatile in that sense. Although that's a good ball to Dobbin, who's on the right channel for the Saints. It's crossed in Mubama's block, but it comes to Fellows, who cuts in on his left foot. It's still Fellows under pressure. It's still Fellows, gets knocked down by Lamadrid. Referee says no, and Max Kilman brings it out of defence and finds Peru in the halfway line. Not a bad bit of play there by Kilman. But Peru couldn't find Ajala after being put under pressure by Stevens once again, right up on that touchline. And it's a throw into Southampton on the right-hand side on the halfway line. Ken, we've got 3,000 West Ham fans in the away end. And Jack, West Ham are wearing their third kit, the Blue Bubbles kit. And Stevens and Wood play it between each other before giving it to Bragg, who's under pressure from Lamadrid. And Bragg's getting a little bit frustrated with Akachukwu. Needs to leave Akachukwu alone, or I'm going to get annoyed. I'm here to defend Akachukwu, my namesake. And we Orford on the ball for West Ham. And gives it to Lamadrid and receives it from Lamadrid before giving it to Kante and receiving it from Kante. Golombekis does well, just to come out to the right-hand side to offer Orford an option. And that's the difference between the first team and the under-21s. And I know it sounds silly, but Mavropanos wouldn't have done what Golombek has just done there. Mavropanos would have just stood still and waited for Orford to play it backwards. But Golombek can see Orford's not got any options. So instead of just standing behind him, runs to the side of him, slightly ahead of him, offer him that angle, drag a player out of position. I like that. Well done by Golombek. It's a tiny little thing, not the biggest deal in the world. But I like it. Hence why I mentioned it. Anyway, Kilman on the ball. He gives it to Golombekis. Orford has it now in a left centre-back position before giving it to Mayers. Our left back for this evening. West Ham still just passing around at the back at the moment. As Orford's on the ball, Lamadrid makes the run. He finds Peru, who's giving it to Mukasa. His cross is cut out by Stevens and it falls to Ajala. Yes! Yes! 2-1 West Ham! Ajala! Again! With his second goal of the evening. A fantastic finish as well from the youngster. That is absolutely brilliant from Josh Ajala. It's a great ball from Peru. Down the left channel for Mukasa. The ball gets come across, it gets cut out. Look, watch the replay here. Orford gives it to Peru. It's a great ball by Peru into Mukasa. Tries cutting it across for Lamadrid, gets cut out, but Ajala pounces on it. And it's a fantastic finish from Josh Ajala. That is superb. That is wonderful play from the youngster. Absolutely fabulous. Well done. Well done, kid. Off to celebrate in front of their way end. That ball by Peru was fantastic. The finish by Ajala was fantastic as well. Wow. West Ham 2-1 up. The youngsters are 2-1 up. Away to Southampton. Lamadrid on the ball for West Ham now. This is more enjoyable. Now we're winning. Josh Ajala with the brace. Absolutely wonderful. What a fantastic evening for the youngster, no matter what happens here. Score 2 goals to give us a lead away to the Saints. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. What a lovely occasion for him. Anyway, Mukasa on the ball, looks for Peru, intercepted by Bragg, and he goes back to his goalkeeper. Pressure's on Southampton now to try and get back into this one. Jamie, it's half a Southampton team. It's stronger than our 11 if you think about like rotation and stuff like that. But Stevens is their captain, Breeze their right back. That 3 behind Mubama would all possibly start at the weekend. Mubama wouldn't. Kyle Lardon's their best striker, in my opinion. It's not their best central midfield. Downs would be in there. So it's half a Southampton team, I would say. Anyway, Colin Beckers goes back to Herrick. And this might suit us being 2-1 up because we're comfortable in possession here. Colin Beckers, Orford, even Kilman, to be fair, has looked comfortable in possession. As Colin Beckers looks for Peru, it's cut out from Stevens, but Lamadrid gets there, gives it to Peru. Mukasa wants it, gets it. Ajala wants it out on the left-hand side. He gets it. He's running at Bree. Step over, cross, blocked at the front post by Wood. Akachuk Wood brings it down and gives it back to Wood, who thumps it down that right-hand channel, and Herrick is practically on the halfway line. Now, I did tell you, someone asked about Herrick earlier. I did tell you he will come out that box. Herrick will come out the box. He does not mind it. He's very, very confident. And for anyone not watching, Herrick practically was on the halfway line. He tried to chest it about 10 yards off the halfway line and miscontrolled it. Fell to Mubama, but his shot was rash and it was easily cleared. But he's a very confident goalkeeper. And we are making 4 substitutions. Bowen, Engels, Solomon, Tati. Nuno is away to make some big changes here. And I hope he doesn't bring Ajala off. Let's see who's coming off. I'm hoping Ajala stays on. Peru's on a touchline, so I would suggest he's going off. I think it is Ajala's number that's up. But it's broken. The fourth officials board is broken. Right, so Peru off, Tati on. That's 1 sub. Right, we'll work out who's gone off in a second. I'm just praying Ajala doesn't go off. Be harsh on the kid. On a hat-trick as well. So Ajala has gone off and the entire dugout is applauding him. Hermansen giving him a big high five. Walker Peters giving him a big high five. La Madrid off for Bowen. And Engels is going to come on and replace Kante. So, Kante off, Engels on. La Madrid off, Bowen on, Ajala off, Solomon on, Peru off, Tati on. Harsh on Ajala, but unnecessary on Ajala. Don't think he didn't need to make that sub. He could have just done the other 3. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh. Maybe I'm just whinging about something that doesn't require whinging. Maybe I'm just being a little bit too nitpicky here, but don't get me wrong. Solomon is an excellent player to bring on, right? I'm not suggesting that Solomon shouldn't be coming on. It's bringing Ajala off. I just feel a bit... Anyway, his performance is intact. Ajala possibly going to win the Hammerschap Man of the Match after that brace. Anyway, we've got the game underway. A couple of subs from Southampton as well. Edozie replacing Senzia. Downs is on. Flynn Downs has come on to replace Bragg, and someone else has come on for the Saints. Anyway, players resume. Southampton playing around at the back. Just over an hour gone at the St Mary's. Southampton 1, West Ham United 2. Went a goal down early on, but a brace from Ajala, goal either side of the break, has put us in front. As Engels gives it to Mukasa, and he has a shot from distance, deflected wide. Corner kick to West Ham. Done all right the second half. Barely seen Southampton try and get forward. This could be fun. This could be a fun end to the match, this. I'd like to see Solomon get on the ball plenty. Jarbourne to take the corner in the meantime. And it comes from the right-hand side. Headed away, and it's Veltman! And it's blocked by Flynn Downs' arse. Mayers heads it back towards goal, but it's headed away by the Saints. Bit of head tennis going on here as Engels just knocks it down to Jarbourne. Out on the right flank for West Ham. Support from Solomon. Hughes cuts it back to Engels. Bowen's there. It's Bowen! Shot blocked. Veltman goes steaming in, but couldn't quite get there. Edozie on the ball now for Southampton. Under pressure from Engels. Not minding this from West Ham. The subs... Wow! Nearly Tatty. Keeper taking a risk there. There's a bit of energy from the subs already. As Engels is chasing after it at the minute, though. I'm pleased that Orford's playing next to Engels. I do like that. Hopefully we'll see Mukasa at some point, but I do like the Orford-Engels partnership for now. I think that's what I want to see against Watford. Bree on the ball at right back for the Saints. Throw in right in the corner. And he gives it to someone. I don't know who that is. Who's that guy that's just come on for Southampton? I need to see their team sheet now. It's throwing me out. Anyway, Wellington, I know him. And I know Edozie. He's got the ball at the minute. Up against Veltman. Step over, cuts in. Plays it to Wood on the edge of the box. And it's intercepted by Solomon. Good play there by Solomon. Bree chasing him. Pass Flynn Downs. Good play by Solomon. He finds Tate. It's back to Solomon. Bowen wants it on the right. Gets it. Tate in the box. Solomon on the edge of the box. Bowen goes past Wellington. Cuts it across. It's Engels. And it's blocked. West Ham have got their mojo. We're looking good. We're playing some nice football. This is encouraging. The next half an hour could be fun with Solomon on the pitch. It's a good position for us to be in. 2-1 up. Cup game, maybe a half-cooked Southampton team. Allows them the chance to do stuff here. Bowen into Tate. Out to Veltman. Back to Tate. He cuts onto his left foot. He goes for goal. Deflected behind. And it's a corner kick to West Ham. Biker, email me please. hammerschat@gmail.com. If you email, I will get you some. I've got 2 sets. We've got about 3 packets of the Conference League set left. And we've got like quite a few packets of the Legends, but there's no Frank McAvenny. There's only 9. But if you email me, I'll sort it out for you. Corner kick to West Ham. Jarbourne takes. In it comes. Headed away. Boniface Solomon, who gives it to Veltman on the edge of the box. And it's now with Ezra Mayers. A bit rash there from Mayers. Veltman was telling him to go back to the keeper, but he's tried an ambitious pass. It's not worked, but he's got away with it. Bowen's gone and pressed, and it's forced Southampton into cleaving it. Edozie on the ball. Past Engels. Veltman flies in. Strong tackle. Wins the ball. Just want to say massive thank you to Shane for the £5 super chat. Thanks to people like Shane. There's no adverts on the live stream. And also to Andrew saying, wow, what's going on with Nuno making attacking changes when we are leading? And also to ask Wike for his continued support of the channel. He's very kind. He said, I'm hoping he's taking a Jala off to rest him for Saturday. And the same with Peru. But sadly, we're losing our pace again. Anyway, we're doing well. This is enjoyable. Saints making a sub. A good sub to make as well. Pardon me. Apologies, everyone. Akachukwu for Azaz. Good player. Really good player. I really like him. Big fan of this guy coming on for the Saints. Azaz. Anyway, Chatty on the ball for West Ham. Now Orford out to Veltman. Golan Beckis on the overlap. What is this? Golan Beckis flying forward here. In it comes. I'll tell you what, I'm loving this. Our right centre-back has just gone flying down the right-hand side. Absolutely loved that from Golan Beckis. Big fan. I'm liking that. He starts for me on Saturday. I don't give a shit. I'm going to argue about it in the preview. In the preview, whilst Mavropanos may not fancy being committed to West Ham while the transfer window's open, drop him. Golan Beckis starts. That's what I say. I've liked his performance tonight. Anyway, Bowen battling away. Orford on the ball to Mukasa. That's a lovely little ball out to Jared Bowen. Some nice touches from him in the second half, Mukasa. Bowen at the minute up against Wellington. Cuts it back to Mukasa. Onto his left foot. He's trying to get his shot away. He can't. He finds Solomon, who finds Tati. Blocked. Tati! No, we can't get a shot away. And it's going to go out for a goal kick. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this. This is fun. This is fun. Football is fun. It's not often you get to say that about West Ham in the last couple of years, but I'm enjoying this tonight. I said in the preview this morning, it could be a good thing to defeat against Charlton. It could be a good thing. Could have really humbled us, gave us a slap around the face and said, bang, welcome to the Championship. It's good to get out of your system early, but as long as you learn from it and you get a reaction. And I think we've had a reaction. You know, the boys have come on, the senior boys, you want to call them that, have come on 2-1 up. Solomon, Tate, Engels, Bowen, they're all chasing it, getting stuck in, getting on the ball. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Feels like a different West Ham compared to what we're seeing on Saturday. Saints on the ball at the minute. Still time for it all to go wrong, but there's still time for us to score a third. I think it's more. We're looking more likely to score than Southampton at the minute, as Jared Bowen pounces on a loose ball from Jack Stevens. He's being chased by Flynn Downs. Gives out to Mukasa on the right-hand side. Back to Bowen, who's quite central here. He's got Tati and Solomon next to him. I have to say, this is maybe a little bit not unpopular, but it might sound a little bit negative, but as my thoughts, I think Mukasa's looked a lot better since Bowen and Solomon have come on. I think he's linking up really well with Bowen as well down that right-hand side. I think he's enjoying playing with those two in particular. Some real good, nice little quick passing between them in triangles. 2-3 touch football. I'm a fan of this. Anyway, Herrick picks out Bowen, finds Tate, and Herrick's stretching his calf out at the moment. As Orford commits a foul just inside our own half. Not a bad foul to give away either. Motive agrees with me, so that's good. Herrick is limping at the minute. So we might need a Mads Hermansen sub. We've only got one sub left. So the frustrating thing with that would be is that we wouldn't get to see Mukasa tonight. That would be a bit of a shame, but no point risking Herrick if he's injured. He's like seriously limping at the minute. The issue is if he goes down for treatment, an outfield player's got to go off for a minute. Yeah, Herrick's gone down. We're going to have to, you'd imagine we're going to have to sub him. But if he gets treatment, this is going to be, here's the fun rule, a new fun rule. If your goalkeeper gets treatment, the manager has to pick an outfielder to go off. So if Herrick continues, Nuno's got to pick someone to go off. Yeah, the fourth official is asking Nuno who's going off here. And if Nuno doesn't pick anyone, then Bowen has to go off. No, Kevin, you're only allowed to do 5 subs. You can have 9 on the bench, which we do, but you can only make 5 subs. I know the Carabao Cup ain't taking that serious, but it's not taking that crap that you can just make 9 subs. Anyway, Eric just stretching his calf out at the minute. Hermansen warming up. Can't be too serious because Hermansen's just warming up rather than getting ready. Right, who's going to go off for West Ham? Who's Nuno picked to go stand on the touchline? It must be quite... I reckon he picks Mukasa. Who's everyone betting? Who does Nuno nominate to go off for 30 seconds? I'm saying he's picking Mukasa. I think Tati would be pissed off. If you nominate Tati, I reckon you'll get a scowl. That's Mukasa. I was correct. Bonus point for Gio. Mukasa's gone off for 30 seconds. So we have 10 men for 30 seconds as Herrick goes long with... He looks fine after that. I mean, I was going to say it's a bit... The keeper's just had a calf injury, so you just let him have... You let him take a long goal kick rather than offer it short. Place, it's a new rule. They've only brought it in for this season to prevent... Because obviously it's quite a big thing that often teams, if they need to make a tactical adjustment, the goalkeeper would go down, wouldn't he? Because he can't go off. You can't send the goalkeeper off. So the keeper would go down, everyone goes over, speaks to the manager, sorted. So they brought in this rule so that if a keeper goes down, injured or not, an outfielder must go off in place and the manager has to pick him. And if he doesn't, it's the captain. Anyway, Southampton just on the attack at the minute here. Azaz with the ball. Now, Wellington. Azaz goes for goal, but it's into the hands of Herrick. I think it's a good rule. Rancid says it's a shit rule. Andrew says it makes sense. Costa says it's ridiculous. I like it. I like it. Paul says it's to stop injury time. It's the tactical changes. Sometimes a keeper will go down in the 20th minute if a team's on top. I like it. Anyway, Bowen on the attack here. Chance for West Ham. Jared Bowen is past Stevens. It's Bowen! It's a good save. Good save. He was on his right foot, Jared Bowen. But it's a good save by the keeper. Good height for the goalkeeper, though. It might be a minute, Paul. It might be a minute. So apologies. It might be a minute. I know I said 30 seconds, but it might be a minute. And Nuno hasn't used all these subs. For those asking, he's only used 4. So there is still one more. John, if the captain is the goalkeeper, I don't know. I don't know. I suppose maybe the referee would ask who the vice captain is. I'm not sure. Because usually... You nominate an outfielder, don't you? If your captain is the goalkeeper, usually you nominate an outfielder. And Veltman's done really well. Here's Joe Veltman. He's in. He cuts it back for Tati! 3-1 West Ham! 3-1 to the Hammers. And Tati's getting in the crowd for a cuddle. West Ham are 3-1 up. He's smiling, Tati. Bowen smiling. They're all smiling in front of that away end. Great ball by Golan Beckis. Veltman does fantastically well just to shield it and bring it down. He picks out Tati, who pops it past the goalkeeper. Superb goal. Golan Beckis. That is a wonderful ball. Him and Veltman have been superb tonight. I'm sorry, Walker Peters. I'm sorry, Mavropanos. You're maybe going to have to sit on the bench on the weekend. Because them two have been absolutely brilliant. This is fun. I'm enjoying this. I wasn't sure if I'd enjoy it tonight, but I am. Thank you so much, Mark. He's saying, how about we start the youngsters on Saturday with their energy to wear Watford down and bring the big guns on to finish them off. Shane, thank you very much for your £5 super chat. And also to Daniel saying, get in! There's West Hammer 3-1 up. This has been a great second half from the Hammers. A lot of positive performances out there for West Ham United. Veltman, Gollenbeckers, the subs have done well since they've come on. Ajala. There's been a lot of positives tonight. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Tony's blowing my trumpet, so I'm just gonna click on this because, well, it's a nice comment. I get a lot of abuse. So when someone says something nice, I quite like it. Tony saying my words in the preview that Southampton style will suit Nuno has been spot on. And Daniel, thank you very much, saying Gollenbeckers has to start on Saturday. I don't update the score, Joseph. Look, it will update itself. Watch. Well, I don't know when, but the data people will update it for me. I don't control the score. It'd be easier if I could, because then I could just go 3-1. But it's not me that does it. I'll tell you what, we're 3-1 up and we want 4. The boys are just getting stuck in, trying to get the ball back, trying to get a 4th one. I like it. I hope we get a good cup tie in the next round now. Dozy on the left, he goes past Veltman, he tucks it through for Wellington, but goes all the way through to Herrick and goal. 12 minutes to go. Matt says get Mukasa on. Usually I would agree, but given that Herrick had a calf injury, I think I'd be a bit wary if I'm honest with you, because I know what would happen is Orford loses out his eyes, looks for Mubama, but he's too slow, and Kilman clears it away. Tate lays off Orford. And he looks for Jared Bowen. And to be fair to Jared Bowen, he's right with that. Orford, young lad, but he's just saying to Orford, come on, you've got to be doing a bit better than that, because it was a sloppy ball. I'll tell you what, though. I hope these data lot fix the score. I'm getting a bit paranoid that it still says 2-1 now. Come on, people. Hurry up. Change it for me. They will at some point. This is what happens when you're in the Carabao Cup second round. I've noticed it with the Championship. The data people are slower with the Championship as well. In the Premier League, the lineup's coming out an hour and 15 minutes before the game. In this bit, right, comes the lineups are available after 5 minutes after it's been announced. So before we go live on YouTube, they're ready. But in the Championship, they ain't ready. It's about 10, 15 minutes into the show before they're up. They're not arsed about us anymore. I got humbled a little bit after I was getting ready for the Burnley game. So in the morning I went on, I normally click the fixture. I went on and it wasn't there. So I had to message the data providers and be like, there's no Championship games. And they said, oh, sorry, let me add that package to your account. Reminder, we got relegated much. Anyway, don't know why they've not updated it. It's annoying me. And the clock doesn't need moving forward. The clock is in sync with what I'm watching. You'll be ahead if you're watching it on the telly, but I don't have a TV, so tough. Anyway, Dozy cutting inside for the Saints. Looks for Mubama. It's a shite shot and it's a goal kick. Who's that Mubama guy? He is wank. That's harsh, to be fair. That's a bit harsh. I quite liked him at West Ham. I regret saying that, but I can't delete it. Come on, data people. Are we going to change the score? Whoa. Maybe they just won't change it. Maybe they'll just leave it at 2-1. And anyone coming on here is going to think it's only 2-1. And they'll think, wow, this guy's really happy, considering it's only 2-1. And I'll say, no, I'm really happy because it's 3-1. Come on, data people. Anyway, the Saints playing around at the back right now because they're too scared by the massive West Ham. They're intimidated by our Championship Galacticos. As Tate's on the ball, Orford's on the ball, Bowen wants the ball, Bowen gets the ball, Tate's on the move, Bowen looks for him, Tate might not quite get there, unlucky. Good play there by West Ham. Orford, Bowen, Tate. There's a real determination and oh shit, my iPad's got 10% battery. Oh fuck. It's gonna last, isn't it? 10% battery, 10 minutes. Look, in case anyone thinks I'm lying. 10% battery. Right, we're in the mud here. I'm just going to make it, or it's going to die. We'll find out. I'm going to require some of you lot giving me commentary if my iPad dies. That's what I get for not charging it. Where's the data, people? Geezer's fucked off home. I can't get the charger. It's downstairs. Charger's downstairs. I'm not going to go fetch it. I could order it to come to me, but I don't have an extension cable. It's there. It won't reach. Dozy, it's spilt. Ow, fuck. Kick it away. He's kicked it away. We're all right. I can't plug it in. There's no... The socket, the extension cable's at the back of the desk. I don't think the charger cable would work. It'll be all right. 10%. It's fine. I think it'll be okay. I think we'll manage it. No, scoreboard's wrong. iPad's a way to die. But I think you should subscribe to the channel for this professional service that I provide. It's still on 10%. We're okay. You lot panicking. We'll be fine with the 10%. Don't worry about it. Larin gives it to Downs. Gives it to someone. Don't know who that... I still don't know who that guy is. Who's number 22? I don't recognise him. Anyway, he's shite because he's just giving it past straight to Engels. Who's number 22? I do not recognise his posture. Anyway, Mukasa... Oh, he's absolutely skinned him. He's left him on the floor. What a twat. Mukasa on the move. Orford on the move. Bowen on the right. Come on. Bowen on the right. Orford wants it. He cuts in. It's Bowen. Yes! 4-1! Yes! What a lovely evening this is. It's 4-1. Data people said it's 2-1, but it's 4-1 to West Ham. Jared Bowen with the goal. He was on the right. He cut in, and bang, into the far corner. This is football. Football is life for anyone that likes Ted Lasso. Football is life. I might have to turn the scoreboard off because it's quite embarrassing that it still says 2-1. But it's also quite funny. Bowen's just taking the piss out of them there. Mukasa's just ended someone's career. Mukasa just skinned someone in the middle of the pitch and left him in a heap. Went in with a slide tackle and was just left laying on the floor. Absolutely wonderful. They're all fucking off home early to Southampton. Data people still say 2-1. Tatis killed someone. Water is wet. Right, let me check this scoreboard. I assume if one scoreboard's wrong, they're all wrong. But let me have a look. That's still wrong. That's also wrong. Well, let's put them all on. Let's just have 3 wrong scoreboards. Yeah, there we go. 3 wrong scoreboards. There we go. Data guy's gone home, and here I am with 3 incorrect scoreboards. You don't get this on Sky Sports, do you? Might just sit here all night until it changes to 4-1. But there is a risk it just doesn't change, and I'm here at midnight just... Well, the iPad will be dead, but I'll still be here. Anyway, Wood is on the ball for Southampton. Scoring goals is fun. Winning football matches is fun. I've enjoyed tonight. James saying, I don't want to be negative, but they better do this on Saturday. I fell for it after the Portsmouth result. I don't want to be full twice. That's not negative, James. That's a very realistic thing. Mukasa going off and Caelan Casey coming on. We're going to 5 at the back, seeing out this narrow 2-1 victory. Rich, thank you very much for £5 super chat, and also to Azwike as well, saying hopefully the starts Bones goal run that leaves the championship in ruins. COYI, 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 fucking love our club. You do on nights like tonight, don't you? But games like Saturday don't half infuriate you. Anyway, we've got a couple of minutes to go. Can I just remind you, we've got our raffle. If anyone fancies winning that thing, someone's going to win it. £5. Someone's going to pay £5 and get a match worn, signed Manuel Lanzini shirt. A signed Mark Noble shirt. A signed Julian Dick's captain's armband. Giant Bones on the attack. Someone's winning a signed Mark Noble captain's armband. And someone's winning a £75 gift voucher for Iron's Thread so they can get some sexy clothing, sexy garments while supporting West Ham. And all the money is coming to Hamish Chat to pay for Wise Scout. And I'm getting tired. Kilman, Boston, Kyle Larin, and I'm not even taking the piss. He's just barged him off the ball and won it back. He's played all right tonight, Max Kilman. He's played all right. For anyone telling me it's 4-1, not 2-1. Hey, where's the scoreboards gone? They've deleted the scoreboards. Where's my scoreboards? They've robbed them. Give it back. The data people have just taken it away. I don't even have the clock anymore. They've taken my clock away. They're in on goal. Ow, fuck off. Max Cohen puts it behind. Where's my clocks? Where's my scoreboard? They've robbed it. Robbed. I'm sat here enjoying tonight and they've absolutely robbed it. My scoreboards. Nuno's robbed a Jallo of a hat-trick. The data people have robbed my clock. Someone's fuming. Anyway, corner for Southampton. In it comes. There's about 30 seconds of normal time to go. Apparently, I don't know because there's no scores anymore. Someone stole them. All 3 of them. Where the fuck? Where the fuck? Where the fucking hell's my scoreboard? Where the fuck is my scoreboard? It's gone. Absolutely gone. I've been inspired to sing by someone else's comment in the live chat. It's gone now, so you can all blame this other person for my next song. You are my West Ham, my only West Ham. You make me happy when we win a game of football. So please don't take my clock away. I appreciate that second last line didn't rhyme, but that was the point. What a beautiful evening to be a West Ham fan. 4-1 up. Don't know how long's left. Data people have robbed me of my clocks. I had 3 massive clocks on the screen and they've taken them all away. My iPad's nearly dead. What are we on? 8%. Fucking hell, 2% last. It's done 10 minutes, 2%. I'm having a bit of that. Anyway, Southampton pretending they care as they pass it around a bit. We're hanging on to the 4-1 win here after Caelan Casey's come on and we've gone defensive. As Tate brings it down, gives it to Solomon. Can't believe they've just robbed me of my clock. Anyway. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll be live in a few minutes with my review. I'd appreciate it if you could join me for it. I'm in a happy mood as Bowen tries to nick the ball but doesn't quite get there. But make sure you subscribe. Subscribe to the Hammers Chat. Getting closer to 56,000 subscribers there. Ding, 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 ding. Might treat myself to a pint. I'm going out on Thursday with Mrs. Jill for my birthday. Going to the Farmer's Dog, and I know some of you are judging me. I'm okay with that. I'm here to be judged. Bowen finds Solomon. Has a dig. Solomon! And it's into the hands of the goalkeeper. Going to the Farmer's Dog for lunch. As a birthday treat. I'm paying for it. I'm paying for my own birthday treat. How does that work in life? Doesn't really feel like a birthday treat then, does it? But I'm treating myself. So I'm going to go to the Farmer's Dog. See if Jezza's there. Bit of a trek, but should be good. I'm looking forward to it. I've saved up. Got my pennies ready. See what it's all about. Dan would love to go to the Farmer's Dog. Yeah. Me too. That's why I'm going, Dan. You should probably book a table if you want to go. Andrew says, happy 40th, you cheeky bastard. I'm not 40. Not today, not on my birthday. My birthday is on Friday, Caleb. The 28th. There's a lot of birds just flying around in the stadium at the minute. One nearly hit the camera. There's a seagull just going by. What's going on here? What's this bird doing? Even the bird's trying to get a goal. That can't just be the same bird. There must be more than one. Yeah, there is more than one. There's a lot of birds swooping. Biker, you have to book on the 9 a.m. on the 1st of the month to release the next one. So on the 1st of September, they will release October's bookings and so on and so forth. So I had to scrap with people to try and get a table. But I managed to get one, so I was pleased. So we're going to go down early, check out the tents, have a pint. I do like the Hawkstone Premium. I do like that. That's my beer of choice at the minute. And then we've got the table at 1 o'clock, and then we're going to come straight home because we've got to get Grace from nursery. That is a pathetic effort to try and get a penalty by that diving, cheating bastard in a Southampton shirt. But the referee says, no, you absolute tosser, get up. It's 4-1 to the mighty West Ham. Get on with things. I can lip read. That's what he said. Bally is 40 on the 1st of September. Transfer deadline day. And we play Wolves on that day. Dale's birthday was on Monday. Happy birthday. Hope you had a lovely day. Herrick playing it out from the back. We're coming up to full time. You won't be able to tell because I can't change the clock to say full time. Someone's robbed me clocks. All three of them. And it's full time. West Ham have won 4-1. After a miserable 10 minutes, we grew into the game, and by the end of it, it was actually quite fucking fun to watch. That was enjoyable. Really enjoyable. A lot of positives to take from that. Football, it's so fickle, isn't it? Football is so fickle. One game against half a Southampton side, and suddenly I'm like, let's go. I'm ready for Saturday now. Just what football does to you, right? But I enjoyed that. I enjoyed Ajala. I enjoyed Solomon. I enjoyed Bowen. I liked that. Golan Beckis, Veltman, beautiful people. Anyway, Aswike, thank you very much. Saying, have a pint for me, you Scottish lion. I don't think the £5 going to cut it, to be honest with you. I'll have a half pint, but thank you. For legal reasons, that was a joke. I appreciate it. I just came across really ungrateful there. Otter, thank you very much. He said a pint on Thursday, Gio. Thank you. That will pay for a pint, Otter, unlike Oswike type bugger. And also to Rob, thank you very much. Saying, have a birthday pint or two on me. Thank you. That'll pay for Lauren's one as well. And Kim, thank you very much. It's very kind of you. Thank you. There'll be no adverts on the next stream. Thank you to the support in the live chat. Kim saying, enjoy your birthday. Thanks for... I'm working. I'm working on my birthday on Friday. So you'll see me. I'll be here on YouTube. I'm not going anywhere. I'll probably do a video from the farmer's dog on Thursday because I'd imagine we're going to be linked to players and stuff like that. But anyway, if you don't mind, please stick around. I'll be live in 1 minute with my review. And I'm looking forward to it because we won 4-1. What a lovely evening it's been to be a West Ham fan.